All right.
Posted on the Nintendoverse.
Nintendoverse. Oh wait, I should share my screen with you so you can see.
Yeah, that's important. Are we live?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit!
Are you gonna do the same joke again? Do you remember that you did that exact same thing last time?
Okay, it's been long enough that I don't remember.
I guess so.
I mean, I didn't remember that I made that joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, actually, no, I'll save the theme song for next time because I wrote us a theme. I wrote us a theme song. But
no,
I'll do
you
it
should.
next time.
You should do it now.
No. I already have I have like 5 jokes lined up for like the next season of the show.
What the fuck?
I premeditate intros. The secret's out. But anyway, I was thinking that if we make it to Gen 2 today, I make like a halftime show where I tear a phone book in half using only my feet and the power of Christ.
Okay.
And I think that would really go over well with the fans.
I think so too. How do you intend on getting this across in the stream? Because we can only hear you.
Oh no! You'll see. You'll see.
Shit. Okay. All right.
I'll solve that problem when I come to it. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I'll think of something.
All right. Okay, that's fine. I think did we do Golem already? I don't remember.
Shit.
I
guess I don't. I'm not sure.
Golem is the one we ended on. So
we must have. We did because we did we were just like, yeah, let's complete the thought of this line.
Yeah, we were at Graveler.
I like him.
Yeah, Golem's
cool.
Him a lot. He looks like that one power up from Mario Galaxy 2.
He does. Oh, Mamma Mia!
Mario, please.
Mario!
Wait.
Mario, please! Mario. I need water! Mario!
Poor bud, he does not deserve it.
We were joking about the hilarious concept of Luigi, dying of thirst in the desert and hallucinating his brother Mario before he died.
Pretty epic.
Isn't that funny?
Pretty freaking epic.
Pretty freaking epic. Is anyone here? Hold on a second.
What?
Yeah, we have some people here already. Cool. Shut up, Mark.
There's people here. You should have chat.
Sorry, I heard myself and I got really angry about it.
I know how you feel.
Host Funky Bill Bards.
Oh shit, we should have established this beforehand.
No, that's fun. Shut up, Mark. I can't believe he did it twice. What an asshole.
He's got things to say.
He does. That's understandable, really. Okay, I'm gonna post it in my announcements and then I'm ready to go.
Oh my god, okay.
Ba-boom. Okay, let's go.
Great. What do you think about Ponyta?
So, Ponyta, I actually really like Ponyta.
I do too. Yeah, it's
a very simple concept, and I think that this kind of embodies. I love that abrupt shift of Mario, Luigi's gonna die. So anyway, let's talk about this, the artistic merit of Ponyta.
Yeah.
It's a very quick transition, but yeah, no, I think that he kind of epitomizes why a lot of Gen 1 designs work really well because it's simple. It keeps things very basic. It's is it just a fire horse? Yes. Is it a well done fire horse? Yes.
Yeah.
It's not overly detailed, but it works really well, I think.
I know what you mean because I'm trying to imagine Ponyta but with more and it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny how it's his armpits that are on fire instead of his hooves.
That's what I was thinking because
I would have gone with the hooves, and actually in my memory I thought it was the hooves. That might be Rapidash for all I remember.
I think it actually is, but that was something I really wanted to mention because if you imagine Ponyta where the fire is only the mane and the tail without the armpits, it would be so bare and naked and awkward.
Yes, it would. He definitely needed more, but I would have put it on the hooves.
Well,
I just feel like that makes more sense because it feels like... I'm thinking about this in a very ergonomic way, which I know is bizarre for a Pokemon design. But when you think about, a creature that's going so fast that it generates this kind of heat, you would think that it would be dissipating that heat away from the core of its body.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That does make sense, but I'm thinking
And,
about
and also the visual of, like, your feet are on fire because you're going so fast.
yeah, and that definitely like makes sense, but I'm thinking of this as far as like colors, because you'll have a bunch of like pale in the center and then a bunch of orange and red like on the outside, which I guess works, but I like it being like kind of intertwined the way it is. I don't like that it's just tan and
Mm-hmm.
then red and that's it, because then if it was the mane, the tail, and the hooves, it would just be a circle of red, and I like that it's kind of in between.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I think it works fine for what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, I don't know, that much ass fire is a little weird.
He's cooking.
There's a
What
lot
can
of
I
there's
say?
a lot of fire around the butt.
Well, yeah, because it's the tail.
I know, but there's the tail fire and the thick thigh fire.
Man, wouldn't it be very embarrassing if Ponyta farted?
Look at those.
Oh yeah, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay, I was right.
You.
But yeah, and again, like, this is another epitome of Gen 1 design of just like, it's not that different from the previous form. It just looks like an older, more elegant version of the previous
yeah,
stage.
it's a lot more muscular. There's a lot more definition.
No, this is a tough baby. It,
Yeah.
it definitely like sells you on the concept of like why owning a magical horse would be cool.
Yeah, yeah, and I like that it's not a horse anymore. It's a unicorn. Like that's dope.
Yeah, that was a good touch because otherwise there wouldn't be barely anything distinguishing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was watching back a little bit of the stream we did previously because that was like half a year ago, unironically.
Fucking Christ, what's wrong?
And I was talking about how much I was talking about how much I didn't like the round Charmander turning into the angular Charmeleon.
Mhm.
But the round Ponyta to the angular Rapidash is really, really sleek. Because like here it's like a little pony and it's like it's cool. You want to cuddle it and you want to hug.
A little bunny.
But then it turns into this big fucking powerful muscular badass.
Yeah.
And it's like, hell yeah, that works. That's perfect.
Definitely. I really do like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Echoes,
it works really well.
yeah, Echoes in the chat mentions something about like how disorderly the fire is, which is something I think I subconsciously registered but didn't know how to articulate. I think it adds to it. I think it adds to like how powerful Rapidash looks. Because if it had the smooth flames Ponyta did, it wouldn't be nearly as like intimidating.
Oh yeah, no, it's like wild and
Yeah,
intense.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it looks, it has much more of a, like, go back to Ponyta real quick.
Yeah.
Ponyta has much more of like a gentle kind of curved
Yeah,
fire to
yeah.
it. Like it really does feel hair that is fire. But then you go back to Rapidash and go back.
Yeah, go.
And like it just looks like a fiery spirit of rage.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like something like some sort of fucking forest spirit.
Yeah, like that's an intense presence right there, and I like that.
Intense is a very, very good word for it. I think that's what I was trying to look for.
Mhm. And like these two definitely get overshadowed by, the fire starters and the, Growlithe and Arcanine.
Yeah.
And I guess Vulpix. I feel like this is kind of like, aside from maybe Magmar, this is like maybe the least appreciated fire type in the first gen.
You could say that. I think it may be because they're just not very good Pokemon to use. So people kind of stray away from them.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I wish it had the actual numbers on this website because that would be easier to get exactly the idea.
Mhm.
Because, like, I know that, like, Arcanine has, like, a base total of, like, 550, of, like, 540 stats. Like, he's an intense boy.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's
Growlithe
hard to compete with that.
This is a bud, indeed.
But,
Oh shit, we're moving on to. I said Growlithe is a bud.
Oh
Here's the
my
real fucking.
God.
Here's the bud, dude.
what a fucking champion.
I just realized that I don't even know what Slowpoke is supposed to be, and I don't care.
I heard that he's supposed to be a hippo.
A hippo.
I don't know if I agree. He feels like a sloth that fell into the water and was resigned to its fate because it's like, well, I guess I'm a water type now.
Sloth makes more sense because when I think of hippo, I think of those big, powerful jaws and like the big nose. He does not have that.
Yeah, like I think it's a stretch,
Hmm.
but like the sloth thing makes a lot more sense just
Hmm.
thematically as well.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, he
But
does look a lot like Slackoth.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Huh.
And like sloths also have like those kind of long talons, and even though he has like only
Yeah,
one
yeah.
on each little leg stub,
Yeah, no, I totally see
that does
that.
make a lot of sense. Like I don't know if that's what they were going for, but I get a major sloth vibe.
Oh, Kaijumafu in the chat is saying Slowpoke is based on a yokai. I wonder which one.
Hmm.
That'd
This
be
Pokemon
interesting.
is a mood. Tell me about it, dude.
Yeah, Slowpoke is fucking great. Um,
I like. He's kind of like. I think he might be. Well, he has like some things in common with Psyduck in terms of that idea of like too much power that it's like hurting the brain. Only in this case, it's like hurting the cognitive function.
is that what it is? I guess Slowpoke is psychic
No,
type.
so that's like. I mean, again, like that's debatable. But some people theorize that Slowpoke is like borderline omniscient and is barely here mentally. You know
I
what I mean?
I always imagined it the other way around, where like he just is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, like either way is a valid interpretation,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Like I don't know which one is funnier, but I do kind of like the idea that like he's just had his mind completely blown quite literally. Like he's just blown a gasket.
Sure, sure. And I
Like he knows too much.
and I would like that too if it wasn't already used on Psyduck. The fact that it's two is like that's weird.
Yeah, they definitely have like that kind of thing in common. Like they both have that psychic power. They both have like the spaced out look.
Hmm.
But he is pretty funny.
I do love him. I do love the Slowpoke. We haven't even talked about the design at all, but like there isn't even anything to say.
Well, for one thing, I love the fact that he uses his tail as bait
Yeah,
because that
yeah.
which I think epitomizes like how little of a fuck he gives about everything.
Yeah, totally.
Like the only way that he can fish for food is getting bit, and he doesn't even care. He
Yeah.
does not process that pain at
Which
all.
literally is his evolution, right? Like that is canon.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's how it works. Like if a shelter bites his tail, I mean, obviously this isn't how it works in game, but if a
Yeah.
shelter bites his tail, that's how he evolves.
Oh yeah, and you can even see like the bite marks on the tail right there.
Hmm.
That's some next level shit. Yeah, Slowbro is I'm slightly less
You,
attached.
you just auto tuned a little bit. What did you say?
I said Slowbro, I'm slightly less attached to him.
Uh yeah, no, I can see why. Like, I definitely prefer Slowpoke's design.
Yeah, I don't like his big dumb feet.
Yeah, like I like his design a lot. Like I like his color scheme, but I
Mhm.
still think that Slowpoke is more appealing.
Yeah, yeah. It's because,
I
you know
like
what? I'm
I
thinking
like his
about
concept a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I'm thinking about how he would look without this not shelter on his tail, and it's making me very angry.
You know, he needs that shelter
Yeah, he does. He
to
does.
complete the look.
Because
And
I was looking at Slowpoke over here, and I was like, I have never seen Slowpoke stand up, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Slowbro, but without the shelter, it would be awful.
yeah,
It has.
this line is pretty cute though.
It's very cute. I love his smile. he's uh, he's a bud. He's hanging out.
This causes Slowbro to grudgingly swim and catch prey instead because he can't use the tail as bait anymore, so he can't like passively like basically this is Slowpoke can no longer passively exist as he has been, so he has to stand up and actually do shit, and that's
this
why he's stronger.
this is the only real evolution that has ever happened in Pokemon.
It's really like again like the concept alone is just great, and and we'll talk about Slowking when he comes up. I think is he Gen 4 or Gen
He's
two?
Gen 2.
Gen 2. Okay,
Mhm.
well, we'll talk about him when he comes up. But I love the whole concept of this line,
Yeah.
just like slowly waking the. It's literally a Pokemon that through three stages of evolution slowly wakes up, and that's. Oh, Magnemite.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know if this is true, but kind of one of the original inanimate object Pokemon.
Yeah.
Um, I always thought he worked. He's definitely not my favorite, but
Yeah, I mean, there's enough going on where like Magnemite is just a magnet. Like that's not even true. People say that
Yeah,
they're
that's not
lying.
that's not true.
He's two. He's two of them.
There's two of them, but also, you know, like he has more going on.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
by the
very
way, chat just mentioned we should look over the Pokemon Gold betas too. I
at
forgot
some
about
point,
those.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should do that while we're doing Gen 2 somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that
I
can
know
be
about
its own
those.
that can be its own episode after we finish Gen 2.
Yeah, I guess there is enough for it to be on its own, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But anyway, I like Magnemite just because it kind of epitomize like it's one of the first Pokemon I looked at as a kid, and I was like, "That's really cool, but how does it work?"
Magnets.
Um, that's not what I meant. I'm talking about like how organic is it? How much of it is just impersonating,
Oh, sure, sure. Well,
etc. Like,
isn't the canon that most things in the Pokemon world are based on Pokemon? So like they made magnets in the form of Magnemite. I think that's true.
hmm. I guess I would have to look that up.
I would have to look that up
That's an
too.
interesting thing to talk about.
I am by no means a Pokemon master, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
That would be really interesting if that's how it works. But I like the fact that I don't know. There's just something interesting about like this idea of this magnetic force keeping this thing floating and together. Like
Yeah, yeah.
if you removed those magnets, like its whole body would just fall apart and it would basically die.
hmm
I kind of subscribe to the theory that like that ball is largely organic
Hmm.
on the inside.
Oh, yuck.
Like it has an organic eye, an organic brain, and such. But
Nasty. Why would you say that to me?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm thinking very animal biologist about this. I don't know.
What kind of animal has a
But,
screw growing through its fucking brain?
That too. But it's interesting because it's just like it. I don't know. It's like the kind of Pokemon that makes you want to learn more about the world of Pokemon because it's
Sure,
just
sure.
it's such an interesting concept. Like this is like I said when I was a kid, this is one of the first designs that really got me thinking like about the implications of these creatures.
hmm
But he's an interesting one. I like him. He's simple.
Yeah, I'm looking at the design. I can't tell if I would prefer him or with or without these two little screws under his eye. Because
I think it,
on one hand, it's a lot more streamlined without them, but also it adds a little bit more texture, and it's like I don't know. I can't tell what I would prefer.
I think there's just enough going on with his design.
Hmm.
I wouldn't take anything away. I wouldn't add anything.
I think if I was the one making Magnemite, I probably would have done the circle, the screw, the magnets, and I wouldn't even thought of these two little bolts down here.
Yeah, it's basically there to give him more detail and substance.
Just something so you can tell what's up and what's down.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think that the hat screw kind of helps with that.
Yeah, but
yeah, no,
there
I
was
can
problems with that
definitely
with
tell that.
coughing in the games.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I think he has just enough detail. Careful,
Yeah.
Sophie. Careful, Sophie.
What's she doing?
Almost taking out the computer by walking into the court.
Oh, she wants to come
Like
check out Magnemite.
like a smart little girl.
She does what she wants.
She does what she do. Hold on, I need to let her out. Speaking of,
Oh, okay.
Sophie, you silly girl.
I guess I'll give you guys some insight for information. I don't like Magneton. I don't. I don't like that it's just 3, and I don't like how it's literally...
Oh god, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
So, I don't like this trend.
Okay,
I really don't.
good. That's exactly what I was just saying.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this kind of thing. It's okay. Like to get it out of the way. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a bunch of magnets coming together, whatever. But it's still kind of boring.
It's boring. What I just noticed right now that I really like is that they are connected by the bolts on the bottom of their face that we were just talking about.
Yeah, like there's stuff about his design that definitely makes sense. But
yeah, that's super cool. I never noticed that before.
Did we talk about Diglett yet?
I don't think we got to Diglett yet. Maybe we
Okay,
did.
well,
Oh wait, no, we
Diglett
did because
is-
we talked about his Alolan hair.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like Diglett to Dugtrio is worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is still pretty
Yeah, the only thing I like is the bolts that I just noticed, but besides that, yeah, I don't like them.
because it just kind of feels like a missed opportunity to do something actually interesting.
Yeah. Now
Like,
Magma Zone in Generation 4, that's
yeah,
something.
no, that's a cool idea. Like, I think
Yeah.
that that works really well because that just becomes much more interesting.
Hmm.
It's like a flying saucer powered by magnetism.
What I especially don't like about this drawing specifically is the perspective on these screws, because it is so fucked.
Yeah, it's like, is one longer or shorter?
Yeah, and like
Something happened.
they're having it so that you can like see the top of them, even though you should be seeing the underneath of them. It's like, oh, it's awful,
Yeah.
awful,
I mean,
bad
I think that, like,
drawing.
yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I think that there's definitely a way to make this kind of thing work. Like, in terms of having a bunch of creatures coming together to function as basically one organism, I do think that Pokemon did a better job of that way later on,
Hmm.
but not with this one. I think that, like, literally the only example I can think of is the Wishy-Washy, honestly, in the Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's like the only one that I really like. But we'll talk about him in 5 years
Yeah.
when we get to that gen.
Unironically, that like is the pace we're going at.
Basically, that's horrible. Well, hopefully, we'll be better at that.
Yeah.
You know,
Farfetch'd.
always had a bit of a soft spot for Farfetch'd.
I like his eyebrows.
I think he's a very intense young man.
I do too. I'm thinking about him without the eyebrows, and it's so much worse.
Yeah, definitely. Oh god, I am too, and he looks so stupid.
Yeah.
Like if you just like take like the paint bucket tool and get rid of that thing, it looks so awful.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like the idea of a Pokemon just kind of finding a weapon of their own,
Yeah.
especially
I
a
like that
fucking
with
green
like
onion.
Marowak too. Yeah.
Um, I think that he's a really cute concept. I think it's a shame that he's a one-off that never gets strong.
Yeah, an evolution for Farfetch'd would be so dope, dude.
Can you imagine like a bird samurai with like his wings being long, like the sleeves of a robe, and like he like
shit.
sharpens his onion, or he gets like a sharpened stick instead, or something?
That's fucking awesome. I'm on board.
That's a lot that they could have done with that. Who knows? Maybe they will, but they haven't done that. Tack on evolution in a very long time.
Hmm.
So I don't think that they're gonna do that anymore. Well, aside from megas, and if they give Farfetch a fucking mega before they give him another evolution, I don't know what to even make of that. Like his stats are too low to boost. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a lot worse than I thought it was. He doesn't even have like a strength.
No. He has a weakness, and that's it.
He's literally he's just average or below average at everything, really.
Yeah. Poor bud. He doesn't really deserve it.
But yeah, he's fine. Like he's inoffensive, and I just think that he's one of those Pokemon that's like I kind of wish that they did more with him.
He's very much, and I hope you understand what I mean here. He's very much a Pokemon.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely because
like,
he's like it's like, is he a bird? Yes, but he's a monster bird.
yeah, he's not just
Like-
a bird.
Like he has prehensile feathers,
Yeah. And like the
which I think is kind of cool.
yeah, I don't know. He's a fun design. I like Farfetch'd.
Yeah, I think that they definitely could have done more with him, or just make him like, these single stage evolutions. You just make their stats scale in an efficient way so that they're consistently useful.
Hmm.
That's all you really got to do.
Yeah. But as far as the design goes, I like
Pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing I would write home about.
Yeah, he's the definition of an okay Pokemon.
Yeah. Dodo.
I kind of like him. I think he's cute in a way, but
He used to I used to really not like him. Now I'm not so sure.
yeah, like it's hard to like come to a definitive feeling on him.
Because here's what's going through my head right now is the short fur and this neck. Like specifically the color of the neck is like that's kind of nasty on top of how short this hair is. Like it's kind of nasty.
Kind of looks like two coconuts, two worms connecting to a bigger coconut.
He looks like he would feel like an old carpet.
Looks
Do you know what I
like it would
mean?
feel like looks like he would feel like a hairy old man.
Hmm.
Like he has like the texture of like 70-year-old man back hair.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. We're only thinking of unpleasant things to describe him as, which I think says
Yeah,
something.
I think that's telling in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Because it is very much like hairy. It's not like fur, it's not feathers, it's hairy.
That's the thing, is like he's a bird, but this is definitely like short fur.
Yeah, and it's kind of unpleasant looking in a
Yeah.
weird way. And like that's pretty much it, really, because like otherwise I think that he's kind of cute, he's kind of silly.
Yeah, I think what makes it so bad is that it's so jagged and it feels like it would be tough to pet, you know?
Yes.
Especially because
I
these
get
little
that.
specks in the middle implies like some roughness, right?
Hmm.
I will say these legs are nasty, but goddamn if they won't fuck you up.
Yeah, no, like he looks like pretty cool. Like he looks pretty
He's
strong.
he's competent, yeah.
Like he has an interesting design. He stands out,
Hmm.
but that texture, man.
Yeah, and the neck too. Like I can't get over that.
It's kind of like the Jigglypuff like flesh toothpaste scenario.
What?
Like how Jigglypuff like doesn't have any texture to her body.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, she's a balloon.
I know, but it's like, they have that curl at the top, and it's like, is she fluffy or is she just gross?
Right? Yeah. Well, she could be both.
Yeah, and like I kind of get like a similar vibe from this thing. It's like fluffy or gross,
Yeah, yeah.
but like in a different way.
Also, I want to
Those
say
necks
one
are,
more time the neck, yeah.
yeah, the neck is
Cause like,
the neck is a little weird. It looks like it has like a very it looks clammy. It looks like a worm.
yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, yeah. It because it has so much shine on it.
Looks like it would feel like MC's beard. It looks good. How fucking dare you? Can we ban Sophia?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on it.
No, not really.
Dodrio.
I like Sophia, but
Huh.
Dodrio improved.
More than I remember. This is not
Yeah,
bad.
I like how it's kind of hard to tell in this picture, but usually one of them is like angry, one of them is sad, and one of them is silly. That tends to be, I think, what the dynamic is between the heads, and they all have
Mhm.
their own
Yeah.
personalities.
I like the big tail. That's cool.
Yeah, like it adds a lot to it because like Doduo was just like a bunch of pom poms and like straws.
Hmm. Also, Layla
Like
wants to
this
leave,
feels like an
so I'm
actual
gonna
monster bird.
so I'm gonna let her out real quick.
Oh yeah. Hey gamers, how do you feel about video games? How do you like Dodrio? I like Dodrio. Two of them are mad, and the other one is just not having it. Yeah, like the one on the right is just like, can you believe these guys?
But yeah, no, I like the things on their head.
It's strange thinking of the two side heads as hands. Yeah,
Is that what it's supposed to be like?
not necessarily, but I can kind of see that conclusion
I could see it, yeah.
because like it doesn't have wings slash hands slash arms.
I think I figured out why I like this more than Doduo. Because we go to Doduo, and it's very flat. It's just ball, ball, line, line. But
Yeah,
here with Dodrio, there's layers, and it's like actually interesting to look at because they got this little underneath and the puff on top and the tail and
yeah, they
the
got the
heads.
crests.
Yeah, the crest. Like there's layers to it, which makes it feel a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like Doduo is too simple.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people talk about over-designed Pokemon, but Doduo I think is like kind of the opposite, and Dodrio
Yeah,
improves upon everything
yeah.
basically.
And the key to it is the fact that there just is more layers to what's happening. Like not even that there
Yeah,
just is more stuff, but there's just layers. You know.
yeah, like you can make out its anatomy a lot better because
Yeah.
Doduo is just balls and sticks.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
Like it's hard to interpret anything about Doduo.
Hmm.
But Yeah.
The legs feel less intimidating, like less powerful.
Go back to Doduo.
It's because the individual like fine motors are less defined, I think.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that Doduo's legs are more proportionally. Because it looks like
Yeah.
Dodrio kind of caught up to his feet.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like when a puppy grows into its paws.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Now I'm thinking about
Dodrio
cute
is
German
shorter.
Shepherds. Their big
Dodrio is
feet.
shorter than me, and I don't like thinking about that.
That's weird. That's really weird growing up and realizing that shit, man.
Yeah, because
Like like fucking Blastoise is shorter than us. Like what?
yeah, seriously, like I'd be up to like I want Dodrio's heads to be at least above my head, if not some of
Mm-hmm.
its neck too. You know, like
Yeah, but then,
this is a big Pokemon, or at least it should be.
yeah, but then they got to realize like just how fucking big that would be, and they don't necessarily want every Pokemon to be that huge.
That's true.
So,
I guess we are tall people.
yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we're not average height in Japan.
I
That's
guess
another thing I
not.
guess is worth vaguely noting.
It's
We're
really
both over
funny.
6 feet, by the way, for those at home.
I think I'm 6 exactly.
Oh yeah, well you're 6 exact. I'm 6'2". But
Damn.
so
Tall
that, like it's
boys.
weird looking back at these guys and being taller than. Fuck the name, otherwise.
Yes, name is awful. I was gonna be like, yeah, Seal is awful because its name is bad, but like this is adorable and I love him.
No, he's cute. His tail fins are like a water spout. It's great. I
Yeah.
love him. He's
Yeah,
honestly,
love his little
he's
tongue
honest.
sticking out.
Yeah, I know. He's like a little like silly pug dog.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's so cute. Like no, like he's cute. Like I always liked. I like his design. Like I mean, I definitely when I was younger, I definitely went through a phase of like, man, fuck Seal and his name and his fuck and his shit and his dick and his bitch and his ass. But
Ooh,
I don't think I said any of that because I was uncomfortable using those words.
of
But still,
course. Literally worse stats than Farfetch'd.
he's a baby. That's okay. Like he's gonna evolve. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as bad anyway.
Yeah, I
But
love
great,
him.
but great face. He's a great little silly face. I like the tail spout thing a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I like that you brought up pug because that's exactly what it is with the fangs and the tongue and the little nose. Like it just is a pug.
yeah, it's cute. It's endearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's a good little guy.
And I like how he lays on his front and his back is up in the air.
Yeah, it's like a little like that kind of has that circus seal
Yeah, yeah.
element to it.
Oh, he's cute.
And then they go on to the elegant seal
Oh
when he
yeah.
evolves.
Fantastic segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how
And
it's
I
like
still
very mermaid with the tail
yes,
fin and yeah.
like he's just elegant enough without being like kind of overly detailed or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it's a very charming design. It's very simple. I prefer Seal's design a little bit. That's just I feel like that's more personal taste than anything. Because like Seal kind of feels like it has a more charming like kind of it like Seal kind of aside from that fucking name. like Seal is a pretty good embodiment of like why Pokemon are appealing because it's just like oh it's like a seal but different and like it's a monster and cute and stylized.
Yeah. And chat is mentioning Seal and Dugong's colors. I think the fact that Dugong is pure white really adds to like the atmosphere of what it is, like its aesthetic, because it just is this pure, like very majestic, you know.
Yeah,
Like
it's very
having
elegant.
it be anything other than pure white wouldn't be very Dugong of it.
Yeah, it gains the ice type too, and that kind of makes sense with that
Oh yeah, yeah.
cold that cold shade of white.
Does
That
Seal
very
not have it?
pure snow color. Yeah, Seal only has water.
Oh wow, I thought they always both had it. Oh well.
Nope.
Guess I'm not really the Pokemon master I thought I was.
Oh no. I only knew that because I was looking, so don't feel too bad.
Okay.
Pretty average stats, but
Yeah,
looks good.
Dugong is fine. I like it.
I like how the teeth give it just a little bit of silliness
Yeah,
in a
just a
cute
little
way.
goofy, and it's like that is a very thin nose. It's very wide, but like if it had any
Yeah.
other kind of nose, it would not work.
Yeah, it kind of I mean, to me, like Seal and Dugong kind of represent like why seals are such endearing animals.
Yeah, yeah. And I like his little
Like
horn
they're
too.
very elegant, but also cute and silly, and they can bounce between those two at any time.
Yeah, and I just realized how tiny Dugong's horn is. Like that may as well not even be there.
Well, it's just enough.
Yeah, I mean it has to be there, otherwise it would look like to nothing.
Yeah,
But
otherwise it would just be a seal.
yeah, but as far as practicality, like you're not gonna do anything with that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Grimer.
boy!
I like Grimer. I don't care what anyone fucking says.
Grimer.
Like out of all the slime monsters I've ever seen in my life, besides the Dragon Quest slime, he's my favorite.
Yeah, Grimer's great. I like his big funny hands.
Yeah, he's very like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tickle your balls. And it's not gonna be pleasant.
He's only like 3 feet tall, but like I feel like with the shape of his hands, if you were to like try to hold his hand, he would like envelop your hand just because his hands are so big.
Yeah, and he's so goopy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he is just slime with a mouth and eyes.
Yeah, and he's always smiling too. He's another
I
smile.
know, like, he's very, like, mischievous. It's like, I don't know. Like, I love how, I mean, like, in the anime, he's just such an iconic character because it's just like he has, I mean, like, well, Muck, rather, has no awareness of just how bad he stinks, but he's just this big cuddle puppy.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I don't think I've ever seen an episode with Muck in it.
Oh, no, he's phenomenal. He's actually one of Ash's, like, iconic Pokemon in my memory because, like, he just has, because, like, he just wins so many key fights and he has such a personality.
Wow. I didn't know he even had one. I thought you were talking about like, I don't know, something else. But also,
No, but he also has like a great. Oh yeah, well, I mean, you know, we're not going to talk about all the Alolan forms yet, but
this is
he
pretty
definitely.
nasty.
Yeah, Muck gets good. Muck's Alolan form is good.
Yeah, Muxalolan, this is disgusting.
Yeah, because I'm not really. Well, I mean, I know what they're going for with it, but I don't think it looks very good.
What are they going for?
Well, they're going for like kind of a. With Muck, it's like they have the oil slick thing, and the toxic crystals are like toxic hard pieces of garbage. That's like why they have teeth.
Oh, okay, okay.
And for Grimer, I'm pretty sure that he's supposed to be based off like, you know, colorful molten lava and molten rock.
I guess I've just never seen any of that.
Yeah, like it definitely could have looked like it could have worked, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh well, poor bud. He didn't really deserve it. This Grimer's so much better.
Yeah, no, I love him. I want to raise one. I think I'm actually going to use one in a game.
No, Muck is a great Pokemon. He's got
Yeah,
really
like
good
he's
stats.
actually really useful.
Great. Yeah, look at that. Not bad.
Yeah, and Poison is actually a pretty good type, honestly.
Sure, sure.
It's underrated,
Fair
but
few pieces too.
But yeah, no, I like Muck. You know, could there be more distinction between Muck and Grimer? I guess.
Absolutely. In fact, Grimer is a lot more iconic than Muck is, I would say.
Yeah, because Muck's body is much less defined, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. He just has an arm.
Yeah, well, he can have two arms, but
okay.
like he's just so goopy. Like he's goopier than Grimer. Like
Right.
it's harder to make out his face and his facial expressions and stuff.
Yeah, his definition has completely gone.
And I think that that's, you know, overall a downside.
It's a downside, but like, what else could you do? You know?
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure what I would do differently, but I think they might have been able to do better. Case in point, Alolan Muck, actually.
Oh.
Let's check him out.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's great.
That is great.
I like him.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
He also gets yeah. I forgot that he also gets toxic claws.
Yeah, really good placement with these little crystals. I thought you were just mentioning the teeth, but like everywhere, like they just add. Like there are crystals where there need to be crystals.
Yeah, and he's just so visually interesting because he has kind of that oil slick thing going.
Yeah, yeah. The pink is a great inclusion because the Grimer was just green and yellow, but the pink on top of it makes it a lot more appealing to me.
Yeah, no, because like he has like a full blown rainbow color scheme. Maybe Grimer is just based off oil slick, but I felt like if that's what they were going for, it's much less defined.
Mm-hmm.
But Muck definitely covers that. Like, you know, maybe some people don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but you know, like when you see gasoline like leaked onto the ground, and you
Yeah.
see it like catch the light, and it has that rainbow pattern to it.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
what the Alolan Muck is, and that's why I don't know. I think it works really, really well.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that before. I didn't realize that's what they were going for, but like I totally see it, and it's a surprisingly
Hmm.
interesting thing to base a Pokemon on.
I'm not 100% sure why it gains the dark type apart from getting stab damage from bite and crunch, but whatever.
Because most Alolan types get the dark. Like
Quite a few of them did, yeah.
Meowth does, Rattata does. I don't know
Meowth,
why.
Rattata. Yeah, I guess I don't know either. I don't know if there's like much of a lore reason for that, or it's just like a balancing mechanic.
Yeah, that could be it too. I don't know.
But
It
either
sucks
way,
because dark is like the worst
yeah.
type.
Oh, I like dark. Fuck you.
Mm.
I'll fight you in this with the baseball bat.
Hey,
Shelter's pretty cool.
did you know that I love Shelter more than I love anybody I've ever met in my entire life? That is real.
These are great fun facts that you're dropping.
I just wanted to know if you knew that.
He's really charming.
He's really goofy. He's got the kind of like Final Fantasy Black Mage where it's like
Yeah.
what is that? But
Look
he's got
at
a tongue and I love him.
Yeah. Look at the sheer disrespect in this motherfucker.
Oh shit. What an asshole.
He just doesn't care. I mean, like, a lot of shellfish have a foot that is also a tongue,
Yeah, yeah.
and this is like the best and grossest and funniest way to take that.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
thinking
imagine a Shelder like walking on his tongue like it's a foot and he's like hopping around?
that's what I was imagining. I was imagining him like using it kind of like a pole vault, or like how like Scrooge McDuck with his cane.
What?
Where
Oh,
where it kind of bounces on it.
It took me a second to think about it. Oh, dude, like Shelter's tongue, it's just like Scrooge McDuck. And I'm like, it took me a second to even think of the NES game.
Yeah, you're just thinking about this.
I was just thinking of like, oh, you know, like he's famous for like walking on his tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's pretty charming. He also starts with like, what's with all these like Pokemon that gain ice later?
Well, in Generation 1, there just wasn't much ice in the first place.
Yeah, they forgot about ice basically.
Yeah, so they had to just kind of shove it in places.
They also forgot about ice when it comes to balancing. Uh-oh. It's really bad, and they should probably buff its defense.
But yeah, we've been talking about the inside of a shell this entire time, but the shell itself is really cool too. I like it's kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of defensive.
Yeah. Which...
Like, it looks like it's tough to get a good grip on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Shelter a lot.
Category bivalve, as if kids are gonna know what the fuck that.
I don't even know what that means.
It's just the kind of mollusk that they are.
Look at that
holy
defense.
shit, his defense! Oh my god, it's the mischievous vagina Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
In the flesh.
You can't really see anything else, huh? Like, there isn't really, like, come on. Like, you know what I mean?
All they would have to do is move it 90 degrees to the left or right.
Right, to make it look like a clam.
To make it look like a clam, but it's not. It's a vagina. It's a vagoon.
Especially because of the spike. Like, without the spike, it would be a little less, like, specific, you know?
Yeah, you know, the vagina spike. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I don't want to get into specifics, but, like, there's a little bit, you know? Alright, whatever. Cloister...
No, what were you gonna say?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Just the way you said it, I'm like, you know, oh, dude, you wouldn't mistake this for a vagina if it wasn't for that whore. And I'm like, I know, right?
No, you know what I mean, though.
I don't.
No, all right. I'm talking.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about. So there's the goo goo, and then up around this area there's a little bit of a bean, right? And then the horn is right exactly where that would be. So like in my head, there's that connection.
Oh, I guess everyone's just like, can we move on?
No, unironically, Cloyster is good though. Like,
Yeah, but yeah, no, seriously, like it was a good design. It's just
yeah,
unfortunate.
it is unfortunate. He would
Oh
be. He
my
would
god.
actually look a lot better if he was flipped on his side without the horn.
Yeah, I mean they would have to change things a little bit because like look at how the top spikes are.
Sure, sure. Well, you just bring this one to over here, and that's it.
No, I would. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean now. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if he was flipped on his side, he'd be a lot better, but how he is fine.
yeah, he's cool, but vagina. Yeah, if your
Fucking.
clitoris is a spike, it's time to see a doctor. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's kind of.
all right. Well, I was gonna say something, but we should move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah, Ghastly.
Ashley, this little motherfucker. This isn't the best picture of him.
For what he is, he's fine.
Ghastly. He has a great voice.
Cause he's just a wisp. Like, what can you do with that?
Well, yeah, he's a will-o-wisp basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how he's poison type because he's like just gaseous.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool how like it's not just a ghost, like he is made out of something.
Yep, that was still a terrible idea for balancing though, because then Psychic literally just fucking destroyed everything
Oh
in the
yeah.
world. But beyond that,
Look at these.
he has extreme stats.
Yeah, he does.
He's really cool. I like this line a lot, especially where it ends up. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm liking Ghastly less than I remember.
I kind of like. I can't not think of like full blown Vincent Price whenever I look at him and like listen to him in the anime because that's what they were going for.
Oh, I don't remember what he sounds like.
Ghastly.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Like he's like think Monster like for you think Monster Mash basically.
I know who Vincent Price is.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know about you kids, you
You fucking
late
zoomers.
millennials or whatever the fuck, or what generation. Anyway, Haunter,
Haunter's great.
he's again like this whole line is just like what a bunch of bastards.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's just such an asshole. I love him.
I'd say Haunter and Gengar are probably the coolest Pokemon in Gen 1.
That's a tough call, but like maybe
Maybe. We'll have to
they're
see.
up there. Like I would have to think about it for a while, but like they're really up there, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Haunter has such a great design because like he's again like the epitome of like a monster in a game like this.
Yeah, yeah. And
He's
I like
so simple, so iconic, so much mischief in his design.
yeah, and I like in Generation 3 when they have the red around his hands in his sprite. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, that aura.
Yeah.
He's a great design, and I like how he's actually turning into Gengar. That's always a nice touch. Like you can actually kind of tell. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue to steal your life away. Oh, baby.
I want to catch a hunter.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I like how spiky
Same about
he
the
is.
trade. Yeah, no, same about the trading thing.
Oh,
Stupid.
yeah. Ooh, ooh, Gengar. Ooh,
Oh,
Gengar.
God.
Ooh. Oh, he's so
Look
cool,
at him.
though.
Look
at his
at him,
little
the
tiny stupid
amazing-
feet.
He's the best. This is the best ghost. I still think this is the best ghost.
What other ghosts even are there?
There's a lot of cool ghosts.
I really like Miss Magius.
Yeah, his Mega's pretty cool.
Gengar, probably still like Gengar more though.
He's like, I mean, that My Neighbor Totoro kind of vibe
Yeah.
is very charming. I like how it's actually heavily implied that it's a corrupted Clefable.
Yeah, and I really love the purple and red color scheme. That is so dope.
Yeah, no, it's like the perfect color scheme for a mischievous spirit. It's great. And also, he's huge. For what he is, he's huge. He's
Yeah.
4'11".
Yeah, he's like up to my torso, yeah.
I mean, like, his body is totally amorphous and he can be as large and small as he wants, really,
Right.
but that's pretty intense.
But yeah.
And, like, he's just... I just love how much of a mischievous little fucker he is. He's incredibly powerful when you get right down to it.
Yeah, look at that. The special attack.
Like
Holy
he's
shit.
still, in terms of sweeping, he's still like one of the best Pokemon to this very day.
Sure, sure. I kind of want to talk a little bit more about this red and this purple,
Mhm.
because I feel like if I was going to design Gengar, like if I was the one making Gengar, I probably would have had his eyes be yellow. So having them be red is like really, really bold, because like, you know,
Yeah.
because the yellow and the purple are like opposite, so it makes sense to use them. And
Mhm.
also like you think of like glowing eyes, I think of yellow eyes. Um, so to have him like be in the shadows and like have him be creepy, I would give him yellow eyes. But the red is so striking. It was such an inspired decision.
Yeah, no, he's very like again, like he just epitomizes that dark spirit. Like he is just like look at that shit-eating grin. How can you not love him?
Yeah, the teeth specifically is what I really like about this, because it's
Like
like it's goofy, but still like he's up to some shit.
yeah, no, like he'll fuck you. Like he's cute in his mischief, but holy shit! I mean, that attack stat doesn't lie. Special attack, rather.
Special attack,
Still.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Gengar's great. Very
He's
good.
cool.
I like his big ears.
Yeah, such a little mischief maker.
Yeah, and his little
Like
spiky hair.
he looks like a little purple devil.
Yeah, yeah, and I like his little hair up here because it looks like you could kind of rub his head like you would rub a dog, and he would be like,
Yeah.
"Stop."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
bites her hand.
Onyx.
I like his design a lot. I've always
Uh,
liked Onyx's design. I
Yeah,
think it's a shame that he sucks ass.
it is
He's
super
really
cool.
cool.
The idea of a rock snake is like super interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know if I've ever, and it kind of surprises me to say this, but I don't know if I've ever seen anything that really looks like Onyx in any other media.
Yeah,
He's
Onyx
just a
is super
great
cool,
design.
and I love the head fin.
Yeah, that like adds so much like definition to his structure. Because like his face is so much more detailed than the rest of the boulders.
Right, and I was kind of going to mention that I don't like. It's a little more human than I would like. I don't like this nose, and I don't like the cheekbones. I feel like if he was a little less human, a little more snake, that'd be better.
Yeah, I don't really see much human in that facial structure.
What's getting me the most is this angle with the nose.
Yeah, like that nose angle, I can kind of see.
Whereas opposed to if it was like a snake and it was just like flat on the top and like he had the little like snake mouth and maybe no, not fangs, that'd be too much, but like little snake mouth instead of the nose. I think I prefer that.
Yeah, I can see that. He has a great design though.
Yeah, this is great. I never realized how much I like Onyx. This is super cool.
Yeah, no, he has a super cool design.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he got Steelix at least, but I do kind of wish that he himself was not like so fragile because he has
Holy-
no HP, believe it or not.
Fragile.
But like, think about his weak. Look at his special defense, Max.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then think about his weaknesses.
Okay, all right.
And then look at his HP.
Yeah, poor bug. Doesn't really
He's
deserve
very
it.
like he's really like he's pretty strong in a certain situation. I swear to God, he has less base HP than fucking Geodude. I'm not even
Probably,
sure, but he
maybe.
might.
That'd be interesting to look into. But yeah, Onyx is super cool.
Drowsy. Oh,
I
Drowsy.
don't like Drowsy.
I was like, oh, Drowsy. Ooh, Drowsy.
Yeah, I'm not so big on him.
Oh, he pooped his pants.
Oh, very much.
How embarrassing. Look at his face. Oh, yeah.
I think that's the point, though. I think the point is that you're not supposed to like him very much.
He's really gross, though.
He is. That's why it makes me think it must be intentional.
I think he's based off like a top tier yokai
Yeah, yeah.
of some kind. I forget what it like the backstory there was, but he's gross. Like he looks, I don't know. He looks like he's covered in poop, and he's like really, really into it in a gross way. He's
I'll say this. Something about his face. I think it has to do with the trunk and like his eye. He does seem very, very like mystical, like magical.
Yeah, like he's.
And I don't know what exactly it is.
It's a top tier.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, I don't know what's making, like, more than any other Pokemon so far, like, this feels like a magic Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I kind of and yeah, I definitely get that vibe from like the way that he's like he moves his hands.
Yeah, I think the pose has a lot
Um,
to do with it, too.
like I definitely get that, but
Mm.
he's really gross. Oh, hold on one second, Sophie. Come on, Sophie.
Ooh, yeah, he could do with it. He could do with a wizard hat. It's good thinking.
Good girl. Go on. Go ahead.
I'd probably make it brown to match with his bottom half. Brown.
Oh Lord.
Welcome back. We were talking about Drowsy with a wizard's hat.
Oh yeah, baby.
And I was talking about making it brown, so it'd be brown, yellow, brown. It'd be nice and symmetrical.
Yeah, no, he's a magical boy, but gross.
Yeah.
I kind of like how he's half dark, half gold, like he's corrupted.
Ooh, yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah.
And I know that there's some kind of legend of tapirs being associated with sleep and dreams and whatnot. But
Well, yeah, I just read this description. Yeah.
yeah, no, he's pretty cool in terms of like the background information.
Right.
But
I
he's
suddenly
also
realized how
gross.
much definition and shading is here on his armpit, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah.
He's a gross little like Danny DeVito bathed in poop with an elephant head.
Hypno.
Hypno is like the first. Is that really a Pokemon or just like a creepy old man, like in a costume?
I think I'd like him a
Pokemon.
lot more if he had a different nose.
That nose is very phallic.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Here's where I'm coming from. I really like these ears, and I really like this neck poof. But everything else is not enough for me to say I like this Pokemon.
Yeah, and I'm not. I've never been a fan of Hypno's design. I always thought that he was very creepy, and he kind of is supposed to be
Yeah, yeah.
because his concept is actually like one. He's one of the first really disturbing Pokemon concepts when
Yeah,
you get right
yeah.
down to it. Like he leads children away by hypnotizing them, and they're never seen again.
Hmm.
Um, and like that's a cool concept, and like he does look disturbing. Like he looks like a genuinely untrustworthy creature.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is in the eyes.
Yeah, like he looks malevolent.
Hmm.
Um, he's a little demon.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, Hypno is just a pedophile. Yeah, well, no, we'll get to the real pedophile Pokemon, but
Which one is that?
you'll see.
You're not talking about my boy Mr. Mime. Oh, all right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Krabby.
Krabby!
Yeah, Krabby. Yeah, Krabby.
Yeah, Krabby!
Yeah, Krabby.
Yeah, Krabby!
Kingler.
Yeah, Kingler!
Yeah,
Kingler! Yeah, Kingler! Yeah, alright, yeah.
Voltorb.
Voltorb.
Ooh.
Voltorb!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh.
Very possibly, like, I'm not gonna say my least favorite because, like, I'm gonna need to look at everything. But him and his evolution, if you can fucking call it that, are him and his Sonic OC character of a sequel.
Right. A sequel. That's a better way
Like,
to put it.
yeah, like, very, very, like, we're talking, like, -1 out of 10.
Here's the thing. I do have a least favorite Pokemon. Voltorb is not very far behind that.
Yeah, yeah. Or above it, depending on your perspective, I guess.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah, no, like, he's... Like, this... I mean, this is the worst Gen 1 Pokemon design, along with Electrode.
Gen 1...
I feel pretty confident in that. That's my perspective, but like I'm just saying, like I'm going on record saying this is as bad as this shit got
Yeah, I think I
in Gen
agree.
1.
I think I agree. I'm thinking through Gen 1. There's some real good hitters in here.
And like now, does its concept make sense? Like, oh, it's like this game's equivalent of a mimic monster. Like, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
It looks horrible. There are so many great mimic creatures designed
Mhm.
in like the history of video games, and they all look great. And like, obviously you don't have to you can't the treasure chest design in this game. That's fine, but they could have done so much more.
I agree. I agree. What they did
Um,
was just... It's just a ball with eyes. That's it.
it's a ball with it's like the laziest. Like, it's not even a design. That's how I would put it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like, it's just nothing.
And same thing with this guy. Oh, you know what? He's got some charisma. I don't hate him.
I can get it's like
He's got some spunk.
it's like, hey, you thought that there was gonna be a good follow up to Voltorb? Yeah.
No, I really
Gotcha.
like his. I really like his eyes, and I really like his smile. This guy isn't awful.
I don't
like
know.
his big goofy eyebrows. I just like eyebrows. They're very expressive.
I mean, I don't know. Like, how passionate are you about the raised eyebrow looking to the side emoji?
Pretty.
Okay, I mean,
much,
okay,
but mildly, I would say.
Yeah, like that's like like hey, if you're passionate about that particular emoji, then this is the Pokemon for you, I guess.
Sure. People, like multiple people in the chat, are talking about how these are Gengar/Haunter possessed Pokeballs, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, like that's great, but
they could have been cooler.
It's like they don't look nearly as cool as that would be.
Yeah, exactly. I like Electrode infinitely
talk
more.
about Krabby?
what is there to say? He's a good Pokemon.
No, he's cool. He's just a cute crab.
Yeah.
But that's it. But anyway, yeah, no, like just fuck it. I hate him. I hate both these things so much.
Well, here's the thing. I like Electrode infinitely more than Voltorb, but infinite times 0 is still 0. Let's move on to Execute.
That's a pretty good way of putting it, I think. What the fuck is this Pokemon?
Yeah, I decided I really don't like these.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know why I've always gotten an Akira Toriyama vibe from this thing.
Oh.
Like look at these like something about the facial expressions.
I think it's because of the eyes mostly, I think.
That one in the middle is just Vegeta after beating someone.
Yeah.
There's also someone dead. Also, they all look like WD Gaster.
Ooh. Bold take.
Bold take, I know. Did you know that Gaster is actually Execute from under
Wow.
Earthbound?
You really knocked it out of the park on this one.
Thanks, dude.
Oh shit, Game Boy Advance out here with the fucking shade. Saying these look like Akira Toriyama characters because they all
Oh my god. Brutal shit, dude.
God damn.
Was that a dark type move that he just used? Because he's throwing some
wild,
shade.
Dude.
Fuck. That's brutal.
Yeah, it is the eyes though, I think. Because like what else is there?
Yeah, no, definitely. But I don't know. It's fine. It's largely inoffensive. It's just also confusing because it's like it's an egg, it's a seed. It's also 5 Pokemon that are 1 Pokemon. There's a lot going on. Like the design itself, like there's not much to talk about. But what really stands out to me is the fact that it's called the egg Pokemon, and it turns into a fucking tree, and there's 6 of them.
Yes. Can I mention one thing I like a lot?
Yeah.
Category egg.
Well, yeah.
It's just
That's what I'm saying.
That's very funny to me. Like,
it's also incredibly confusing on so many levels for a Pokemon to just be called egg.
It's funny to me. I like that very much.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's like it's fine. It's silly. It's stupid. Whatever. I
really do like the idea of like something that is an egg and a seed at the same time because they're essentially the same thing, just different applications. Like that is a really cool concept. This is not the way to do it. Yeah,
I mean, it's again, it kind of crosses into this isn't many steps ahead of Electrode and Voltorb. Let's be real. It's
Absolutely
funny that they're right next to each other because it's just balls with faces.
It's egg with face, yeah. Except
like I like how they have different facial expressions, but it's still really like it's like whatever.
Which one is Execute?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's probably the one in the back that's fucking dead.
Oh yeah, Hive Mind. Right, Executor.
Yeah, the Hive Mind thing, whatever.
But, oh, I like him.
I actually kind of love Executor.
I like him.
Like, he's pretty cool. He's very silly.
And then the big boy.
I remember when I saw this, I had to watch that video like 5 times. Just like, like I had to watch that video 5 times. Look at the YouTube channel it was uploaded to. Do all this research and find out, like, yeah, they did that.
Is Executor real?
Dragon.
Whoa, the bud. Oh, this is cool. I like Executor.
I do too, but why Dragon?
Because he's big boy.
Because he's big. Fucking whatever. Why is he Dragon? He's big.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's also, so silly. Look at his face.
Finally, we found a Pokemon that's taller than us.
Finally, I mean, we just talked about Onyx, but yes.
Oh yeah.
But no, I love. First of all, can we talk about Righty Tidy over there?
Which one?
No, Righty, like the guy on the right.
This one? Oh, he's hanging the fuck out.
He's just fucking zoned.
His chakras are blitzed the fuck out right now.
He is happy. He's good. Like, he doesn't have to do anything more than he already has, and he knows it.
I also really like I like his little dumb padded feet. That's cute.
Yeah, he's very like he's the epitome of like silly but charming as hell. It's a shame that he's like weak to the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh my fucking god! Give this poor guy like thick fat or some ability like that.
I guess that's why he got the dragon, because it gives him less weakness.
Well, okay, like I guess some weakness to bug is less of a big deal, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I like how he's a tree, but he's fat, and that's adorable.
Yeah, no, he's a little plump palm tree boy.
He's hanging out.
I think the Alolan form is even better though, because it's just so like
the Alolan form's great.
Out there. It's so fucking so funny. He's 35 feet tall. 35 feet tall, Max.
He's a bit of a gamer. What can you say?
35 feet tall? That's incredible.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He does not fit inside any building.
That's 6 times the height.
He does not fit inside any building vertically or horizontally.
Oh, what a gamer.
What a gamer. What a gamer is he? Gamer. Oh, I'm crying. Oh, I'm crying. Oh, the baby.
Oh, he's so good. He's so
not deserve
cute.
It. He does not deserve it, dude.
I wish he was dark type.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would make a lot of sense. But he's just great. I love him.
Tiny! And hold in your hand.
Little baby. He'll hold your hand when you take him to school. I love him.
Cubone is my best friend.
He's so precious. I don't even know where to start, but it's just like the backstory is great. The design is great. Great proportions. Very nice, simple design.
Fantastic
I've already made it clear. Yeah, like I always like he's a little bit pudgy, but he's a tough boy.
Yeah.
I always like it when I like little like kind of goblin designs armed with like whatever weapon they find.
Sure.
He just has a very cute, charming design.
Yeah, this is a great Pokemon. Cubone might be one of my favorites. I never even realized.
Oh yeah, no, like design wise, he's one of my favorites.
This is amazing. Sure. Wow.
Like I always wanted one, but he's kind of tough to get.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
It's weird how Marowak is easier
lonely.
to get.
Lonely Pokemon.
Poor Bud doesn't deserve it. Oh no.
He's very cute.
Oh, I love Cubone. Wow.
I love how he's cute but tough. Like it's all in that facial expression and the skull that he's wearing, and like he kind of has a determined stance to him.
Yeah, this is a great drawing.
Cute but tough. Yeah, like that's a great epitomizes everything that's good about him. How many times have I said epitomize? But
Seriously, this is just
it just like it represents his personality so well. He's
there's
just
just
this little
so much
toughie.
good. Wow, this is amazing.
He's a tough guy.
And like even the details of like the shape of the skull, like that is a great skull.
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
This is awesome. This is great. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorite Gen 1s, I would probably say.
I guess one of mine too. I never even realized. I never thought much about
He's a
him.
tough dude. Marowak's okay.
Marowak, yeah, I don't like how the skull becomes the head.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that
It's
either.
kind of weird. I don't
I
like
like
the
that
spike on the
stuff.
tail either. Doesn't
Oh,
need to be
I
there.
like that. I kind of like that because it gives him more of a dinosaur vibe.
I mean, I guess, but then wouldn't you want... If there was another spike, it'd make sense, but just the one at the very end is, like, weird to me.
I guess. But, it's just kind of... It's hard to deny that it's just an inferior version of the same design. It's, like, bigger and maybe a little bit tougher.
Bigger by
But it's
2 feet.
Yeah, it's like... And this is, like, the warrior that Cubone wanted to become.
Right, right.
Like, in that sense, it works. But...
Yeah, I don't like how the
still...
thumb is a single claw.
Yeah.
It's making me angry.
There's creatures that are kind of like that, though.
I guess.
Even dogs are kind of like that.
Not really. They just have their back paw all the way up here.
I can't. I mean, it's... Well, yeah. I mean, like, the talon is... Well, whatever.
Oh,
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. But, actually, wait, go back to Cubone. Because he has an Alolan form.
Does he?
Should we not look at the... Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. Only Marowak has an Alolan form.
What?
Yeah. Odd.
It is weird.
Who would have thought?
Oh! Oh, I don't like how thin he is. That's, like, weird.
Yeah, it seems like he lost weight.
A lot of weight.
For whatever reason.
Look at that. Wow.
What the fuck?
What?
Wait, that's weird.
That is... He's very thin. Like, it's not even that it's not even that he lost weight. It's the fact that he is so thin. Like, this on its own is weird.
Yeah, the proportions are a little bit off now.
Yeah.
I like the flaming bone twirling thing. I forget what the term is for that.
Oh, is there a term for that?
Hot sticks or whatever.
Hot sticks?
Okay. I honestly forget what they're called.
I didn't even know there was.
But, like, it's an actual thing. It's a Hawaiian tradition. It's like it used to be something that warriors did just to show off, but now it's just like a traditional kind of dance and performance art.
I see. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, where they would like light two ends of a stick on fire and juggle sometimes several of them at once. Like, you know, twirl them around and do all kinds of tricks.
Sure.
And like that's really cool, and I like how it gains the ghost type. That's cool.
Oh yeah, fire ghost type is a cool type.
That makes a lot of sense. It's pretty cool.
I don't like how thin he is, and like his legs too, even.
Yeah, the Cubone line is supposed to be a little tubby.
Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah, a little bit tubby because like he's solid, you know.
Yeah, he's sturdy.
Dare I say, grounded.
Look at that. All right, well, Hitmonlee.
Just thinking to roll over that joke.
I don't like him.
I always didn't like the like it's like a ghost living in a hollowed out chicken nugget.
What's bothering me the most is he is only leg and the legs are disgusting. They're like a fucking gorilla pod.
It's like a what?
Like a gorilla pod that you put a camera on.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of disgusting. I really don't like it. And I don't like the feet. I don't like anything about this dude.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far, but he does.
I like the idea
weird.
that I like the shape of like, I like this. I like the nugget. Like that could be cool.
It's probably my least favorite part, to be honest.
But like these legs, where it's all segments is really disgusting. And I don't like these little growths on the side of his feet. Like he's just gross.
Yeah, no, he's very weird. A lot of fighting types look really weird in this like kind of Muppet human way. And like that's a trend that's consistent for a lot of fighting types throughout all the gens. Just a
I
problem they've kind of always had.
Yeah, I do like these armbands. That's
I like his
cool.
arms in general. Like his
Yeah,
arms have a cool shape because you can kind of tell that they're not quite completely like vestigious or whatever the
mhm.
fucking word is. But like they're not useless, but they're not the thing that defines him.
Yeah, exactly. He still pumps every now and then.
Yeah,
He lifts, just not much.
definitely. Yeah,
Hitmonchan. Oh, cool. Oh, good. Oh, I like Hitmonchan.
really.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
like how he's wearing clothes.
I like his shoulder pads. I really like the tunic. I think that's super cool. I don't like the shoes.
Those fucking clogs.
Yeah, the fucking clogs. But yeah, I like this tunic. Yeah, and I like how the tunic like reflects his head, so it's like a symmetrical design. And I really like the shoulder pads.
Yeah, the shoulder pads are fine. I just don't, like I said, human Pokemon in general are just kind of like weird, like kind of weird me out. I feel like it kind of goes against the appeal of having a Pokemon because it feels like you're just kind of enslaving a Muppet.
Sure, that's fair, but I feel like Hitmonchan is different enough because this is not a human's face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I like this kind of like puppet mouth too. I really like that.
I find it really funny that he just has boxing gloves and clothes and shoes.
Yeah, the boxing gloves I'm not so sure about. It'd be cool if he just had like really tough hands instead.
Yeah, because it's like that's kind of what my problem is with Hitmonchan. It's just like none of these look like body parts or anything. You just found clothes and equipment.
Hmm.
Like it's I don't know. That feels weird to like find that wandering around in nature.
I agree. But I don't know. I like how it looks too much, and I like the colors too. I like the light purple and the brown and the red. That's
Yeah,
clean.
like I don't have that much of an aesthetic problem with him. It's just in the context of the Pokemon universe. It's like I don't know about you.
That's fair, but that's not enough for me to not like the design.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say besides that?
Uh, no. I like his head honestly.
Yeah, I like
Like
how it's like
I want to
vaguely like a
I want to
hand.
put that head. I want to put that head on a more like animalistic Pokemon.
Yeah, what I like is that because he hits, so his head is like kind of like a hand. It's got one, two, three, four, five.
Yeah, it looks very aerodynamic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he does. He looks fast. The boy, 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 the boy.
Lickitung,
The
the
boy.
Cunnilingus Pokemon.
Yeah. Him and Cloyster should get together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can lick that spot. All right. I don't like the I don't like the knee circles, but nobody does.
I want to hear where you were going with that one, Max.
No.
Anyway, Lickitung. Um, just the Cunnilingus Pokemon. I don't know.
I look at his
He's.
big tail. Oh, I love him.
I like the big poofy stupid
The
tail.
big poofy
I don't
tail.
know what the fuck he's supposed to be,
He's
but
just a fucking gamer, dude. He's just a bud.
whenever there's an organic creature you can't like, quite classify, gamer.
Yeah,
He's just a
gamer is like
I
my
like how he has his
shoulder
arm.
down.
I like how he has his arms out like I'm ready to go, bitch.
Well, I interpret that as in like he just is puffy and can't like really move himself very well. Like he looks like he would move around like if he were wearing a big winter jacket.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah. Just I like how big he is. I like his big tail, I like his big body, I like his big arms, I like his big legs. Don't like the circles, but that's it. I just like how
Honestly,
everything is so exaggerated and I love it.
I like everything about him besides his tongue. Oddly enough.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
I wish it could go in, but it literally can't.
no, I'm imagining like a tongue with a closed mouth and I don't like it at all.
I just wish it wasn't so massive and gross.
Yeah.
Like I know that's what
It could
defines
afford
him,
it could
but
afford to be a little less.
like he could retract it a lot more and like just have his little tongue peeping out. Like
Okay, yeah, I
that'd
do
be
like
pretty
that.
cute.
I do like that.
I think that would be pretty cute.
But also, I don't know. What I like about this Pokemon is how exaggerated he is, and so I don't
It
know.
looks like he's giving 2 thumbs down.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
He doesn't like the taste. He's
What's the name of the
Quina.
character from Final Fantasy IX that eats everything? Oh my god, it's Quina.
That's Quina.
It's Quina. Give this guy a chef hat and he's Quina.
Oh wait, yeah, there must be fan art of like Lickitung as Quina.
Better be. Better be real gamers out there.
That'd be really cute. The boy, the boy, the boy, the boy, the bud, the bud, the bud, the bud. Oh my god, we're getting into Pokemon I love here.
Nah, he's great.
I love coughing.
He's just like, okay, like I think I talked about this before with you or maybe someone else, but he's just like, he farted and he's not apologetic and he thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like he farted in like an elevator and he's just like he's the asshole Pokemon in more ways than one.
He's another one kind of like Gengar, but a lot less severe.
Yeah, he's just like a lovable douche. But he's also like, as far as I can tell, like these aren't necessarily bad Pokemon either, like to use.
No, Weezing is fantastic.
Like Weezing is pretty good. He's very tanky.
Yeah, Game Boo. Yeah, this is Voltorb done right.
Yeah, because like he is just a ball, but he has a lot of texture. He has a lot going on. He keeps himself afloat with gas. He has that silly face.
Yeah.
Has a skull and crossbones. He's really cute in his own little mischievous way.
Yeah, and I love how...
I love mischievous designs for monster characters like this.
Yeah, it's similar to me as Grimer, where he just is happy all the time, and I love that smile.
Yeah.
He's just a big goofball. Goof because he's a ball.
Yeah.
Now he's two balls. 1, 2.
Now he's two.
3.
Well, 3, I guess.
3.
But I like how he's a molecule fusing.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was always a really cool visual idea.
I think this might be the only Pokemon where the evolution is 2 of them together. I like this one.
I can understand that.
And I think it's the only one like this that I do like.
That's very possible. I mean, I guess that we'll find out as we go through everything. But
Yeah, because there's like newer ones that I don't know about.
He definitely stands out as like, I like how he gets kind of orc tusks. It makes him look like makes him look more threatening and tough, but also a little bit more gross, which is accurate.
Yeah, I like how he looks just as like lackadaisical as coughing, but in a different way. Like it's not as jovial. It's a lot more like pure lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he also does, he does a pretty good job of looking more dangerous, I'd say.
Oh, sure.
Like he looks less pleasant.
Yeah, but he doesn't look more serious, which is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think that's kind of perfect for what they're going for. Yeah. Let's scroll down. Let me see those stats.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, actually. Good attack and defense. Yeah, he's pretty tanky.
Yeah, 1 weakness. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weezing... Oh, right, because he has levitate. That's right.
Yeah. Weezing is, I prefer coughing, but Weezing is a great evolution. He's fine.
Yeah, and I do prefer coughing because he has that silliness to him, but... Yeah.
And
cool.
What I think I especially like, I would like him a lot less if it was just 1, 2. I like how there's that little connector, because then it's like, all right.
Yeah, they have that fusion. Yeah. Again, like they have that poison molecule.
Yeah, it's not just 2 coughing together. It's like, it's an actual formation, you know what I mean?
He's just existing and not enjoying it. That's a good way to put it.
Poor bud. He does not deserve it.
Oh my god, coughing can actually explode? Yeah, he actually can. So can Weezing. Like, they learn self-destruct.
Awful. How horrific.
Yeah, no, that's pretty sad. I remember when I was playing through Heart Gold, and it was like, Geodude wants to learn self-destruct, and I'm like, listen, very valuable, and I love you. Why would you suggest such a thing? Oh my god, he's a solid young man.
He is. I don't know what the fuck to look at. There's so much going on here.
I think that he is a little over-designed. Like, I would definitely remove some of that plating, especially like around where his legs connect to the body. That's like I would get rid of where your cursor is.
I think this is a fine place to put it. My problem is like all this shit over here.
I actually think that's like that I'm okay with. I feel like there's just too much clutter in general.
I agree. I think maybe if these were like a more cohesive shape, it'd be better. Like if they were just like little like wing shapes instead of these weird bumps. I think.
Yeah, there's so little of his body that feels connected.
Yeah, he could afford to be a lot more streamlined. It's not that he has too much
Like,
going on; it's that it's too much in different shapes.
yeah, like his body is not connected, and his design comes across as very busy because none of his design flows into each other. He's very segmented.
And this angle is really not helping with that.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it is still a problem.
It is, yeah, yeah. I don't like these little ear holes. Because it feels like you could just reach your hand inside and you could, like, it feels like he has nothing inside of him. Especially because of this over here, too, you can kind of see inside. Like,
It's
there's
like
just
it's like ventilation shafts. There's body temperature.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, like I like this line. Well, I mean, I like him and Rhydon. I don't really like the thing that they added later. But he looks pretty cool.
I do like this horn in between his eyes.
Yeah, like he's a very intimidating little Pokemon. He's very tough. He's very rough. He's also really like small for how heavy he is, which makes sense.
Oh wow!
He's a solid boy.
Yeah, Echoes just said they want to ride him, but I don't think you'd be able to. He's like the size of a dog.
Yeah. He's very solidly built.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he has a very he's pretty cool. I think that his design could be improved by just streamlining and connecting more of his body parts and maybe tossing aside a little bit of that plating around the leg connections.
Yeah, streamlining is definitely the key word here. Because again, my initial problem is that there's too much going on, but that's not even it. Like, all the segments are okay, just the shapes need to be reworked.
Yeah.
And I don't really like these segment legs either.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, because everything is a segment with him, though. It's fine. A little puzzle piece Pokemon.
Want to ride one of these dudes that feels so powerful? Yeah, they're pretty cool.
You want to ride on?
Man, you want to ride on this dick?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought I'd ask.
I'm not sure.
He's one of the first Pokemon ever designed, and it shows because he's really because he kind of. I mean, he's cool. I like him.
I don't like this. I don't like how like the side of he's supposed to have like cat fuzz, like how cats have like the hair coming out of the sides of their face, but he's a rock.
Makes no sense. Yeah,
and
that
it
makes
happens
no
here
sense.
Too. Because he's already got ears up here. This is not ears. What is that?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't like this guy at all. He's like a worse Nidoking.
Right on. Oh wow. Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He's kind of the default Pokemon in a lot of ways if you look at all the statues.
Ooh, and I don't like horn moving into one center point. They would intersect if they kept going. I don't like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally a drill. Like, it moves.
Yeah.
Like that's as long as it's gonna get.
Well, sure, but then, like, to use it at all, he would need to put his head towards the ground, and then that means this thing is going to be in the way of him, like, moving forward.
Yeah, I can see that. I like how, I don't know, I like his kind of armor-plated design.
Yeah, this chest is cool.
I like his color scheme.
Yeah.
Like, and I like the horn drill a lot. I like his big old angry tough boy face.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot that I like about him, but yeah, like you can kind of see like the rock cheek fluff being weird.
Yeah.
The horn thing doesn't really bother me that much because, like, you know, they're done growing.
This horn is great. This one I don't like. It just feels redundant.
Yeah, I think it would. I don't know. I like it. I think he looks okay.
I think
it does kind of look like he has two. It does kind of. Thanks, man. It does kind of look like he has two sets of ears, though.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but
is it?
It's. I don't really think it's that distracting.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder why
his thighs.
Oh, he's a strong boy.
He's a thick ass boy.
He's gonna like he's about to like lift one of those giant truck tires and like roll it away.
Whoa, this is some real fucking definition on those thighs. Jesus Christ.
He's a strong boy.
These Pokemon designers are way too horny right now.
Oh,
Chansey! Baby!
Chansey!
Baby!
Why do you just have a hard-boiled egg at all times?
Because it's cute.
It's cute. It is.
It's kind of like,
The mama Pokemon. Also category egg.
Yes, dude. I like the idea of an animal taking care of like a hard-boiled egg, hoping for it to hatch. So they're just taking care of it forever and they don't mind.
That's a little fucked.
No, it's super sweet because they
doesn't Chansey literally like offer to feed the egg to people if they need it?
I think so. There's a move called Egg Bomb.
Oh, there you go.
The egg is a bomb. Bit of a Yoshi.
Yeah, but it's literally just the mama Pokemon.
Yeah, I love Chansey.
Like, and Chansey and Blissey are literally why the stats go as high as they do.
Oh, whoa!
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You can see. Oh,
yeah, they did that. They decided that that was something that they wanted to do as a game design company.
Tiny though.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's as big as Rhydon.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rhyhorn. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Chansey's great.
Yeah, no, very cute, very pure, very simple.
Just an egg that has an egg. It's very cute.
Yeah, it's just like it's a maternal Pokemon, and it's very charming.
It is charming. I don't really understand these little digits.
I think it would look silly without them.
I agree.
It would just be this...
It was a good decision to add them, but I'm wondering if they could have been replaced with something a little less weird.
I think it's okay because it kind of looks like hair.
Yeah, it does.
Like stylized hair, but it's still hair.
Sure. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Oh well, I guess that's kind of like what you were talking about with Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Tangela. Oh, cool. Yeah, Tangela's great.
Little Kirby enemy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like you absorb him and you get the whip or something.
Yeah,
he's
great.
Silly. Yeah, he's a silly baby.
He's another kind of like black mage type where it's like, what's inside?
Yeah, what's inside? There's a lot of those in this gen, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think he's very charming.
I like how even though these are like vines and he's grass type, I like how he's blue. That's cool.
Yeah, like that was a nice touch to make him stand out more. They were probably like he might have been green at some point, but they were just like, probably have enough of those.
Yeah, because here's the thing: the green and the red would have been awful, but the blue and the red is super cool. I really like.
Yeah, it's a great contrast. Just a nice, simple design. Like there's not much you can say about it, but it is very like it just works really well.
Yeah, it's just a tangle. That's all.
Just a tangle. That's it.
Just a tangle. The bud.
And I love Kangaskhan.
Yeah, it's cool.
Solid Pokemon.
I do not like these. I do not like these.
I think that they're okay-ish, but I would
imagine
not
if they were
them.
gone, it'd be so much better.
It would be better. I don't know if I would say like it's a massive difference. They did it to add texture and complexity and make it look more rugged. And like padded almost because it's such a scrappy kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's a big scrappy protective mama kind of Pokemon. That's why it's it's a kangaroo.
Yeah, and I do like how it's got a little baby. Little Joey.
Little baby. Which is confusing because it gets born carrying its own baby. Which is weird.
Ooh, that is weird.
Well, there's a lot of. I mean, breeding is a gameplay mechanic first and foremost. It makes no fucking sense. Like all these Cubones are born and their mama automatically dies, even though you can have their mom on the same team.
Yeah,
it's like shit like that.
Also, Donkey Spittle is telling me to look up Mega Kangaskhan.
You don't have to look it up. You can just there's a thing probably. Is there not?
I don't think
Is there a
so.
drop down?
Oh, there
Is
is.
there
I thought that was only for lowland forms. Wow!
Yeah, guess what happens, bitch?
Little
That's
ball.
it. That's it. Kangaskhan herself doesn't even change. It's the Roo. It's a little Roo.
Yeah.
So it's a little Joey that pops out. And he's
Yeah.
fucking ready to go.
Look at his cheeks.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a tough boy, mama.
He's hanging out.
Look at how proud the mama Kangaskhan is. Like, yeah, that's
Fantastic.
my baby.
Great. Kangaskhan is tall.
Holy shit!
So wait.
I'm like looking to the side, picturing that in my room right now. Like, oh,
So how big would the Joey be? Is
okay.
that like 3 feet? 4 feet?
It's a big baby.
Big baby. It's like human size. Yeah,
Well, a baby
Kangaskhan's
definitely
great.
grows. Yeah, no, like it's great. It's tough as fuck. Again, like it's kind of it's like that nice epitome of the cool versus cute appeal of Pokemon. Like this is one of the first really cool ones that you just want on your team.
Mm-hmm.
So one of its abilities is called Scrappy. That's perfect.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Pretty cool. Horsey!
Horsey! Hi, Horsey! Hi, Horsey!
I have an affinity for cartoon creatures with nose/mouths like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've always loved that because it's just like, it's just such a silly little expression. I don't know. It's so cute.
Yeah, I'll be honest, going into this, I clicked on Horsey. I was like, I can't remember if I like or dislike Horsey, but like, Horsey's a fucking gamer, dude.
Yeah, no, Horsey like plays games all the time.
Yeah, and I like this little chub. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I like this little
Yeah, man, Horsey plays games all the time. But yeah, no, I like the chub is really nice.
Yeah.
Like, he's a chubby little baby. Like I would love to like swaddle this little thing up and like take him with me.
Yeah, yeah. And this little wing is so cute.
It's a nice touch, yeah.
Because if it had no wing, it'd be kind of weird. It'd be a little too bare back here.
Yeah. Like they definitely added that wing last. But yeah, no, he's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I just have a soft spot for that kind of mouth.
Also, Horsey is a really, really cute name.
Yeah, Horsey. It's your little baby.
They could have done
and
a
it
better...
evolves into a badass.
They probably could have done a better eye, I think.
I think the eye is fine. It's nice and wide and expressive, and the red is a nice contrast.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I didn't like notice it at first. But like I'm looking at it and saying they could have found something maybe a little better.
Like in what way?
Like less white. I think that's the thing. If it had an eye like Pikachu's, like not exactly like Pikachu's, like not a bead eye, but something where like it's mostly pupil, I think I would prefer that.
Yeah, I like this because it's more like expressive and it looks a little bit surprised at all times.
Yeah, it's very goofy.
Which matches the mouth because it's like, woo!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Ooh.
Then Seadra happens.
Hmm.
I'm angry, but also my mouth doesn't work.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I think it's like, if you look up the word angry, like with a W,
Yeah.
I think he would come up. Angry. Angry.
I guess so.
He's not a dragon. Okay, I guess the next form was a dragon.
Oh yeah, I think that's in Gen 2.
Yeah. But
I don't like this. I don't like this layering on his body. It's really nasty.
yeah, it's kind of there to make him look tougher, but I can see what you mean. It's like, yeah.
And also this swirl, like I understand the idea of the swirl, but it's like one swirl too many.
Yeah, it's too much, and it's like kind of weird. It kind of makes me wonder like why they don't just let the tail extend now.
That'd be cool. This guy with the tail fully extended would be fucking badass.
Yeah. Get more of a sea serpent kind of thing going.
Yeah, I just love sea serpents. That's just something
I
really
like. That's one of my favorite kind of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the wings.
The wings are cool.
Great little color scheme there. Or
the wings would be cool if there wasn't already so much spike in this general area. There's just too much.
Yeah, it feels like he's bumping into himself at all times. Like this is a Pokemon that clips through itself, basically.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, there's a bit too much going on here.
Which is a shame because I
Definitely.
do like the wings. I do like the gradient on the wings.
Yeah, there's a lot of individual parts of him that I like,
Yeah.
but yeah, little too much going on, and it's not really balanced at all.
No, especially
Like you
yeah,
just,
especially like back compared to the bottom and the front. It's just like wow.
it's like crowded back there, dude.
Hmm. Yeah, which is a shame because like Horsey had a lot to live up to.
His category is dragon.
Oh, poor Bud, no dragon type. He's okay. He's fine.
Well, I mean, he's not the final form anymore, so.
That's right.
But
Don't like the lips.
I
Don't like the lips.
don't know why that facial expression is so funny to me. Just like, it's like, oh god, I gotta go into work today.
Is that what emotion that is? I'm having a hard time reading this Goldeen.
It looks
This is bigger than like Charmander.
ew. It's gross and dumb and wrong. I don't like that.
Or like whatever it was that was like 1 foot. I think Squirtle was like
But I think
1/8.
it's pretty. I think it's pretty.
Yeah,
I like
the orange and the white is really pretty.
those ruffled tail fins. Really nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a little silly, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't understand why Goldeen is the useless one in Smash.
Yeah, I always thought that was insulting. It's like she's fine. Like, what's your
Yeah,
problem?
Goldeen's a fucking gamer, dude. Let's check out. Let's take a closer look at those stats. Oh, actually, Well, how about Seeking?
It's a baby. Remember?
How about Seeking? Ooh,
It's okay.
cool. Oh, Seeking's cool.
Oh wow! I don't know about like the Dracula lip. Like that looked like the fucking like Halloween store Dracula teeth.
Yeah.
Other than that, well, it kind of has like a butterfly tail fin, which is pretty cool. I think.
Yeah, and I just like the splotches. Like I don't know why they're there, but I really like them.
Yeah, it adds some texture to it.
Yeah.
It's based off like I think it's based off a koi.
Oh, probably.
Though it takes that in a pretty creative direction, I think, with the shape and the butterfly tail fin.
Yeah, comparing it to a butterfly is super. Yeah, it's super cool. I really like Seeking. Wow.
Honestly, I didn't really notice or remember the butterfly tail thing, but that makes him a lot cooler to me.
Yeah, if they can both like move independently, that's super neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, Seeking's great. I never realized.
Yeah, he's gone up in my good graces.
Hmm.
I used to think he was kind of ugly, and he kind of is, but in a tough, ugly kind of way.
I think if these 2 lines were gone, he'd be a lot less ugly.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, I mean, again, like I really don't like those Dracula teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think that they belong.
I didn't like the lips on Goldeen either.
Yeah, they have those kissy, fishy lips.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like fish. Oh well.
Wow, what a fucking bigot.
Yeah, well.
Staryu!
The Bud!
I like him.
This is cool. I like these colors a lot.
Yeah, Starmie is like the real hardcore
Starmie's
gamer,
a fucking bud.
but Staryu, Staryu is like, he placed in like the top 10 in his local Melee tournament. He's a pretty good gamer.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He's a gamer. He games.
He games.
I like how even though he's a star, these appendages still are like movable. Like he can still move.
Yeah, no, he's like very. I mean, like starfish are just cool animals in general.
Yeah.
And they took this in a cool direction with that like magical crystal that's kind of like a brooch attached to the body. It's very cool.
Yeah, this is just interesting. I really like this.
Because it's like, is that gem like the core of like a life form? Is it an eye? It's like magical.
Right, and relative to that, what is all the shit like holding it in place? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very cool. It just has a very magical vibe to it.
Yeah.
I always like the way that they move because they kind of levitate in like this very spinny way. It's a very like mystical Pokemon.
Yeah, it is. It feels like it has a lot of mysteries.
Cool. Yeah, and Starmie I like even more. Starmie, I love the color scheme.
Yeah, the colors are awesome. That's what I remembered at first.
I like how it's 2 starfish basically having sex.
Yeah, what I'm confused about is the layering.
Let's ignore that.
What I'm confused about is this layering of like what is that and how does it work?
Well, it's like two spinning parts.
Okay, but what does the Starmie look like from the back? I guess I can look that up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that's not a great picture for the stream, is it?
We can tell what it is, though.
Is there a bigger one?
I don't think so. These all look really tiny.
Shit.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, you can see how it spins, though, at least.
Yeah, I understood that it spins. That's weird. What is it in relation to Starmie? Is it just more appendages? What is going on here?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's kind of debatable, but I still think it looks really cool.
Hmm.
That's not the kind of detail I would get hung up on personally.
I think I would have preferred
Because it's
it.
just like,
I would have preferred it if the front and the back stars were like different sizes. So if these came out more and these stayed in place like how they are, I think I would like that. If the front star was a little bit longer than the back star.
yeah, I kind of like it because it makes it more of a deadly spinning weapon. It has a lot of spin attacks,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
and they work in conjunction with each other, going in opposite directions when it spins.
Yeah. I also like how it's the mysterious Pokemon.
Which is perfect because
That's cool.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like like some people speculate that it's like an alien, like it's an actual fallen star that landed under the ocean and adapted.
That'd be dope.
Which is very cool. Yeah, I like it gains a psychic type that's perfect for that mystical vibe that it gives off.
Yeah. Good
Because that
stats,
magical
too.
crystal, great stats. Damn, dude, what the fuck?
Very
like, it barely
fast.
has a weakness.
I know. Well, the buzz.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a great stat spread. That's really cool. I know. I always like this design a lot.
Starmie's cool. I never realized how Starcoolme is.
How star cool means.
I like how the gem has changed. It's not a circle anymore.
Yeah, no, it's very polished. It's like refined because
Yeah.
it's an evolution. Ah.
Wow. Sometimes it really does happen. Here he comes, my best friend, Dad. No, he's fine.
Why the fuck is he fine?
When he's a cartoon like this, he's fine. What is wrong? Tell me what's wrong with him.
Max.
Tell me what's wrong with him.
He's a person.
No. Point to specific parts of him that you don't like.
He's an old creepy man. He has like a normal, like he has like a pale complexion. He has like he's like balding with these big weird hair ears. He's like grabby hands with suction cups and like human hands. He's wearing and like it was like his exposed thighs and Max, there's a lot, dude.
No, I like it because I don't see this as hair. I see it as like a play on like some kind of hat a clown would wear, and that just like is part of his head. And then clowns kind of made their hats to look like that. And he needs that because Mr. Mime unironically has my favorite power of any Pokemon, which is to like stop air molecules and make walls out of it, which is super fucking dope. So he needs his hands to be like that. And I like his little jester shoes. He's fine. He to me, like this body looks more like a turtle than a man. He has man colors, but his body looks like a turtle. And his head does too.
I remember seeing like footage of Ash's mom feeding Mr. Mime, and he was like, you know, sitting down in almost like a fetal position next to Pikachu and like another Pokemon, like waiting by their dog bowl, and I was just like, holy shit, Mewtwo was right.
Okay, yeah, I don't like that very much.
Do you see what I mean? Like that, like this is why like the superhuman designs are like really weird to me because like this is the most like I honestly think this is the most human design. This is the most human design. Like this feels like a person in a costume, and it's really disturbing.
I see what you mean.
Like that's why it bothers me because it's like you're treating a human like an animal, and like it just has all kinds of fucked up implications, and it feels wrong.
Sure, yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. I don't know. I I feel like Mr. Mime gets a bad rep because everybody like, oh yeah, Mr. Mime sucks. Like everybody says this, but they never explain why. So thank you for finally at least saying something about it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that at least.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's the typical problem people have with him.
I guess so.
Because he's just so human that it's
I
uncomfortable.
don't think it's that bad. Because his face looks nothing
That's
like a
fine.
human's face. It just
Like,
is a
that's
blob.
fine, but he's very humanoid.
In that he has
He's
four limbs and a head? Is that
Well,
why
he has a
looks human?
he has a very human like skin tone, and he has like these exposed like I don't like the exposed thighs. There's something about it that's weird. Like
If he was
like
if he
this
was like lavender instead of light pink, would that be better?
it would definitely help. Like if the fact that he has a human skin tone, that like really cements it, but also just the fact that like he has a lot of human features just in general.
If you wanted to keep the
Human
general
hands, for
idea of
example.
Mr. Mime but make him better, what would you do?
I would have to sit down and think about it.
Okay.
I would start much more animalistic to begin with. Like I would probably change his proportions significantly. I would probably give him a tail and like make him resemble an animal more.
A tail would be good. I'll give you that.
Like I would probably go in more of a monkey direction because like as it stands, he's just a person with makeup.
Okay. I kind of, like I said before, I kind of see him as a turtle, and I think if they leaned into that, that would have been cool.
Yeah, anything would have been better than this.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not a fan of Mr. Mime. I never have been.
Scyther's cool.
Oh, but oh my god, look at the fucker, he's so cool. I love him.
I like these. I don't know what they are, but I like them.
Yeah, he's a speedy baby.
Yeah, he's fast.
He always felt kind of Digimon to me. Not that like, a lot of people watching this would even know what I'm talking about, but he feels a little bit Digimon to me. But he's very cool.
I like his Mega Man feet.
Yes. He has kind of like this robot Super Sentai thing going on.
Yeah, he's like a robot bug.
And which is appropriate considering what he eventually evolves into.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, doesn't he even get the steel typing?
Yes.
Cool.
Bug and steel is one of the best types too. Type combinations.
Huh. Oh, look at look at that.
Yeah, no, like he was he was originally a standalone, and it showed. Like he was already really good.
Yeah.
Like he was a physical sweeper.
It's crazy. Because he's so fast. Look at
that.
Yeah. Yeah, Scyther's cool. I wish I could see more like what his torso looks like.
Yeah, this isn't the best picture. Because it's a very dynamic entry kind of picture.
Yeah.
Like he just jumped off the ship and he like landed like that and he's about to fight the Power Rangers.
Let me see if I can get something that shows his front a little better. Oh, here's his 3D model. Yeah, all right, yeah, he's fine.
That's fine. Again, like he has that kind of armor.
Yeah, I'm glad I found a picture with his chest because that's a cool chest piece.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I like these these shoulder pads.
Yeah, no, like he has a very cool design. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Very
Those
cool.
big wings.
Good guy. Good
Powerful
Pokemon.
dude.
Uh-oh.
I like the buzz.
the buzz.
Do you really not want to? Do you not want to talk about Jinx at all?
What is there to say?
Uh-oh. Besides uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, she's pretty unfortunate.
yeah.
And it was never intentional, but it was pretty unfortunate.
Even with the purple, I don't like this.
Oh yeah, no, like it's like the thing is like it's just again like it's not as bad as Mr. Mime, but it's like an insulting portrayal of humans.
Wait a second, Game Boy Advance with the fucking big brain. Look at this. Bwah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
On Jinx's dress. 1, 2, 3. Like this part is specific. Like no other part of the dress is like singled out like this.
How could they? As if it wasn't already bad enough. So, and all, but by the way, just in case people don't know, she wasn't intentionally ever supposed to be offensive. It's just an unfortunate coincidence.
What?
But
How did nobody pick up on that when they were developing her?
well, Japan, you know, like you gotta understand, like Japan is not very tuned into the international community in a lot of ways. Like a lot of people are nowadays.
Yeah.
But even back
I guess
then,
this was like the 90s.
Yeah, like Japan doesn't really like for a long time they just didn't care about like what other people were sensitive to, but they responded to the Jinx thing pretty fast, and that's good.
Yeah, didn't they change it by like Gen 2?
Yeah, they changed her really fast. They even changed her in the anime that was broadcasting at the time. But it was something that they genuinely didn't make a connection with because they just were ignorant of the portrayal of black people in the West.
Huh. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I thought they just they just didn't see a problem with it.
No, it was never like supposed to be offensive or even like the same thing. It was something that they didn't really think about. They didn't associate this with like blackface or anything like that, or stylized pictures of black people at the time.
That's interesting.
That were super offensive. Huh. Yeah, like it's like I'm just saying it wasn't intentionally distasteful, but it was distasteful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a damn good thing they changed.
Right, of course.
Because it was awful.
Either way, still an awful design. This might be my least favorite Gen 1.
I can see why, because honestly, like even putting aside all that stuff, it's just a fucking person.
It's just awful.
It's just a person with weird Viking armor breastplate, like opera singer bullshit.
Yeah.
With human hair and human hands.
Yeah, I really do not like the hair.
So the really, like, its face is just, even putting aside the unfortunateness of it, it's just stupid. It's not good.
Bad Pokemon. Next, Electabuzz, a good one. I love him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He looks like his arms are gonna rocket. Like he's gonna do a rocket punch. But
yeah, I like how rigid, or I guess I like how fuzzy his elbows are. It's cool.
Yeah, I like how it's not really obvious what he is too. Like he's just a monster.
Yeah. I really like his tail.
What the fuck is he? Oh,
like a tiger
it's like
tail.
An alien bug with a cat tail.
Oh yeah, his head kind of looks like a UFO, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he has like those whatever the hell you would call them. Those. What would those be called? Those little electro lollipops at the end.
Oh yeah.
Like you can tell that electricity would buzz from them and maybe buzz between them.
Yeah. Electabuzz is super cool. This is probably one of my favorite electric types.
He's like the epitome of the like he is the Pokemon built for Thunder Punch.
He's tiny.
He is tiny.
He's half our size.
That's one that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
That's cute.
He's really light
he's
too.
cool.
I could lift this guy up.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. I like him.
And I like how he's got the big thunderbolt on his chest.
Yeah, and he's very rough and tumble in his design.
Yeah, very chaotic. Oh, I don't like these feet. Nasty.
They're okay.
They're weird.
They're not awful.
Magmar.
I mean, there's a lot of weird feet in Pokemon, let's be real.
Do you know what Magmar is called in Japan?
What?
He's called Boober. This is real.
Really?
That, in line with his design, I think says enough about him. just a bud, just a gamer.
I like how his body looks like a colored Easter egg with like a fire pattern.
Oh yeah, it does look very like juvenile.
Was there ever a moment where no one when this guy was being designed, did no one step in and say, "Okay, enough, stop"?
He has just so much. He's got that designer choker, dude.
Like the fucking Mardi Gras arms. Like his arms are made out of fur boas. He has spikes in the back.
Dude, just too much.
And we just can't deny the actual ass face.
Oh yeah, and then like the fact that it goes up past that too is like, what is going on here?
I mean, like all I can say is like I don't know how no one tapped on the artist's shoulder and like, okay, I think you can stop. It's been 2 months.
Yeah,
A little bit of a gamer.
I'm not super into this guy,
No, he's not great.
which stinks because like, oh, he's not. Well,
Well, no, yeah, he's
he's fine.
usable.
Yeah.
Not a
Add
fan.
to favorites.
Uh,
Ooh,
oh, dude. Oh, Christ. What
scary.
a badass.
Very
He's,
scary. I'm afraid of
honest to
him.
God. Yeah, no, seriously. Like, he scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. When I first saw that mouth, I was like, no.
Yeah, that's nasty.
You remember in the anime, like, Ash had, like, this kind of sort of fearful dream sequence where he imagined Metapod getting crushed by those pincers and
Oh
getting
God.
crushed
Oh, I
in half.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, fucking traumatized me as a kid, dude. Like, I was
Really
not
good.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, that scared the shit out of me. But also, like, honestly, I know it seems weird, but the teeth is what really gets me because, like, just getting your hand caught in there would be like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
They look so they look like sharpened rib cages. It's horrible.
Yeah, and the fact that there's like space between them, I think that's what's getting me the most.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a good design.
It's a great design.
It's a great design. It's just,
Because everything about him communicates what he is.
yeah, he's an intimidating bug monstrosity. That's what he's supposed to be.
I don't like how in this image he's kind of like lunging at you.
He's gonna like claw your fucking face off.
I really don't like that. He's almost 2 feet bigger than Electabuzz. Isn't that awful? This guy would be up to our shoulders.
He's creepy.
I hate him, but he's a great design.
But no, like it's a great design. You're supposed, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like he's horrifying, but like, yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I
Tauros.
like Tauros.
I do too. The only
He's
thing,
pretty
the only thing
cool.
I'll say is I wish these bumps weren't here, but I love the rest.
I think the bumps are okay.
Hmm.
It's like armor plating. I think it actually makes him look cooler.
That's fair. I can understand that.
But I'm sorry I'm blowing my nose so much, by the way.
That's fine.
But
That's actually that's the only time I noticed it.
well, there you go. But yeah, no, he's really cool. He's a good representation of like what's so cool about bulls.
Mhm.
He has that very hulky front of his body, like the powerful legs, and like that big arching hunchback.
Yeah, the silhouette, like the weight displacement here is super neat.
Yeah,
Like
like
he's
an
tiny in the back, big in the front.
super intimidating silhouette.
Yeah,
Very cool Pokemon.
very cool. I like 3 tails. Like he doesn't need that, but he does.
Yeah, it's kind of like a whip, like a multi-lash whip. It's kinda
Oh
cool.
yeah, I guess so.
Like, he's cool.
Yeah, Tauros is great. The boy, the bud, the
Oh
gamer.
my god! I guess I can't believe we haven't talked about him yet. But wow. Well, I just can't describe how much I love this concept because it represents everything I love about Pokemon. Like he starts out. Like the thing is, like if I get a Magikarp, I love him from the start. Like he's not a burden to me. I love him.
Sure.
Like he's great, just being who he is.
Hmm.
I remember when I played through Pokemon Red for the first time. I only used 2 Pokemon. I didn't even use my Charizard. I used my Raichu and I used my Gyarados, and that's it. And I beat the whole game because Gyarados knew Rain Dance and Raichu knew Thunder, and the game was over. But I actually named my Magikarp Legend
Ooh,
because I had faith in her from the very beginning.
gaming.
But yeah, no, gaming. But no, Magikarp is like that's a thing. Like this is one I honestly have a lot of nostalgia for to begin with.
Yeah, Magikarp is like good. I love this design a lot. I love the whiskers. I
yeah.
love the yellow and the red and the white. That's a super sleek color palette.
I love the cute little stylized crown fin. It's such a nice touch.
It's super great.
The thing is like it's actually a very pretty design.
Yeah, Magikarp is
Great
gorgeous.
great color scheme.
Yeah, I especially like the white. Like that's great.
Yeah, the whiskers are great. Like it's silly and regal at the same time.
Yeah, it's super cool. The only thing I'll say is I wish these fins extended to the 3rd segment. I don't like how they just stop here. or the scales.
Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think it's okay.
It's fine. It's not distracting, but like
Yeah,
could have been better.
but I mean, very simple, very cute, and like just that look of constant like shock and like gasping, like, "Oh God, you're making me fight."
Yeah, and it's only because of the super small pupils. If he had big eyes, he'd be adorable.
Yeah, but he just looks a little helpless, but very cute.
But she's supposed to. That's the point.
Yeah, like like he's just very endearing. Like I love him from the start. Like I never really feel like he's a burden. You know what I mean?
He's just flopping. He's just flopping. Oh shit.
He's just flopping. He's actually pretty fast, funnily enough.
The bud.
And then, holy... Again, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but I can't get over the concept of these two. It's such a great idea.
It's super great. And, I mean, I just love serpents. Like, they're so cool.
Yeah, no, like, he's such an intimidating, like, presence. He's so huge. He's 21 feet. Holy shit.
Wow, He's the atrocious Pokemon.
Oh, that's mean. I think he's great.
That's cool.
He's wonderful. But he's just so powerful, that segmented body.
Yeah.
Like, what an interesting design.
Yeah, right? Because, like, he has exactly perfectly just enough going on where he's not over-designed, but at a glance you'd think he might be. Like, there's a lot going on, but when you take it in, it's like, oh, this all makes sense.
And there's so much power in his form, you know?
Mostly because of that mouth, I think.
Yeah, but like his like body is just like thick enough.
Oh yeah, and just long enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the whiskers. Cool I love the crest. God, this is so cool.
Yeah, that crest makes him look like such a like the crest and the whiskers gives him this like regal warrior who's just purely enraged.
And what's great about the crest is that they're taking the place of the eyebrow, so he always looks angry.
Yeah, it's perfect. This is a phenomenal design. I love them. Good color scheme too.
Very good color scheme. The tan and the blue is like that's pretty, and the white too.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, he's like elegant and intimidating at the same time.
Yeah. wait! The better water Pokemon.
It's her.
It's Lapras. I love Lapras.
So this is like. There's cute Pokemon, there's cool Pokemon, and then there's just glamorous Pokemon.
Yeah. Wait. Do you know the French name for Lapras is Loch-Lass, which I think is such a better name than Lapras because it's like a girl Loch Ness monster.
Oh,
Loch-Lass, awesome. Isn't that so cute?
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
That's so much better than Lapras.
And Lapras is a lock on my heart.
That's right. God, I love Lapras. Lapras might be one of my favorite water types. I can't say favorite because that's Wooper.
Yeah, there's so many great water types, honestly.
Lapras is like up there, like top 3.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful design. Like, I love how soothing the facial expression is.
Yeah,
those eyes.
I don't know what it is about it either.
It's a very soothing presence.
Yeah, and I like.
It feels almost. It feels almost like that's really cute too. It feels almost parental.
It does.
It's a very comforting Pokemon, and I like that.
Yeah, and I like how it's just big enough to ride. Like, if it was any bigger, it'd be, like, a little too big.
Yeah. No, it's a very cute design.
The description? People have driven Lapras almost to the point of extinction. In the evenings, this Pokemon is said to sing plaintively as it seeks what few others of its kind still remain. I am crying, I'm weeping, I'm howling.
That's awful.
How could they do this to me?
Look at how loving this creature clearly is.
Beautiful. Lapras is beautiful.
You know, like that. Like this is like I think that Lapras also is like a nice embodiment of that idea of like just how beautiful animals can be.
Yeah.
It's just like this is beautiful nature right here.
What I like is
creature.
Like when I think of Lapras, I think of Lapras swimming on top of the water, but I like thinking of it like swimming underneath and just fucking going for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just going, dude. Look at those fins. Look at what they can do.
Yeah. Also, it's based off a very cool dinosaur.
Oh, that's right. My favorite dinosaur, the plesiosaur.
Yeah.
That's my favorite dinosaur.
Just a great design. Love that cute little horn. Cute little soft horn.
Yeah. It's not sharp.
It's like not even an intimidating horn. It's just kind of there.
Just a little thing, yeah. This is great. This is probably... Is it my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon?
Ooh, well, that's not a bad choice.
It might be.
I mean, I feel kind of lame because, I mean, I'm I'm not gonna lie, Pikachu is my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon.
Pikachu's really good.
Like, because, like, there's a reason. There's a
Yeah.
reason why everyone likes Pikachu.
I just really like this white and the blue. Oh, it's beautiful.
I love the little handles for you to hold on to while you're
Yeah.
riding. I think that's a nice touch too.
Yeah,
It's a great design.
it is great. This is awesome.
Kind of like teddy bear. Kind of like teddy bear ears, as if it wasn't already cute enough.
Yeah, yeah. I think it might be. I think it might be my favorite Gen 1.
It's a great one.
Because it's like, it's everything that, like, it's a very max Pokemon.
Fuck yeah.
Very blue. And that's it. The bod, the bod, the bod, the bod. The boy. The boy.
His face caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it.
Look at his face.
We just came off talking about how fucking gorgeous Lapras is, and then the bud, he's here. He's queer.
like,
Get over it.
What a. First of all, Kirby. Second of all, what even? It's just like it's based off like the '90s toy, whatever the hell it is. What is it called? Silly Putty. It's just a silly putty Pokemon.
What I like is that he's literally nothing because the point is for him to be something else.
Yeah, but at the same time, that silly little face and the fact that and the fact that in the anime, Sophie. Oh, someone else. Okay, whatever. Sophie's a noisy baby, but yeah, no, that blank smile is just.
Yeah, and I like how it goes on every other Pokemon too when it transforms. Like, imagine Lapras with that face.
It just makes everything better. They actually sell plushes of Ditto Pretend.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like for a little while, they sold a bunch of like they were selling Pikachu plushes, and every now and then one of those plushes in the aisle would just have this face instead.
That's so great, man. I love that shit.
I know, it's perfect.
Ditto's great. I love Ditto. And also I love Eevee, the bud.
He's so cute.
So pretty.
He's a little
fluff.
He's a little fennec foxy puppy.
I love Eevee. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love Eevee?
No, he's really cute. I like how he's kind of become like the equivalent of Pikachu.
Yeah, the second figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
Layla's scratching at
Which
my door. I'm
makes
gonna let her
sense.
in. She wants to come in.
I thought that was my puppy because she's being really finicky right now. Did it was failed Mewtwo's? Huh, maybe. Eevee is probably the best Pokemon in my opinion. I can see that. I mean, there's a reason why they did Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah. Yeah. It's shitty that you can't evolve the Eevee in that though. Because like, what is the point of having? Well, we've talked about this.
That's mean. That's mean. How dare you?
But yeah, Eevee's great. I love just how poofy.
Yeah, no, how poofy.
Yeah.
He's so little and sweet. I love his little pawsies.
Yeah, the paws. Oh my god, Eevee's great. I love the big ears.
I mean, he's just a puppy.
Little baby.
He's so good. And he kind of reminds me of Silky Terriers in terms of that like slightly foxy, sweet quality they have.
Yeah, I could see that. I just
Very
love
cute.
the poof, dude. I love the neck, love the tail. Oh, it's perfect.
So good. Like I would be hard pressed to evolve one.
Really?
If I had one in real life.
Oh, in real life. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because the evolutions are like, they're fine.
Oh, the evolution, like, there's a lot of cool ones, but...
Actually, this is great, yeah. I don't know if it's easy.
Look, I like how it just has its mouth open. Look at its mouth, just like...
Yeah, little bud. Look at those paws. Oh my god, that's so cute. Those are adorable paws.
I can't get over the sheer daintiness of the paws of this line.
Dainty is the perfect word for it.
Also, their stats are fucking stupid. Like, they all are insane stat-wise.
It's pretty good.
They all have the same stat total, and that stat total is pretty high. But yeah, no, like, very cool Pokemon.
Yeah, I like this little ridge going down the back, down to the tail.
I like the little. I don't know what the term is for that. That poof around the neck. I don't know
Yeah.
what that's called, but I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is
Hold on,
great. And I
hold on one
love
second. I
okay.
guess I'm letting Sophie in again. Puppy, 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 puppy. Hi, Sophie. Everyone say hi to
Hi,
Sophie.
Sophie.
Don't go under the chair. Go under the couch, please. Go, okay, you can go there too. Hi, Sophie. She's parked right in front of where I want my chair to be. But
Ooh.
whatever.
Well,
She's
sometimes
a
it just
special
has to
girl.
happen, yeah.
You're very silly.
Yeah,
She's looking
Vaporeon.
at me like, stop yelling at your computer and play with me.
I like how the top of its head and how you can't see if it wraps around it gives the implication of like a wetsuit. You see that?
Yes, yes.
It's
I can see that.
yeah, it's neat.
That's very cute. I like the ridge. I like the little tail fin.
Yeah, the tail fin's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like dugongs. If it was dugongs, it'd be cool, but I like this one too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Vaporeon's great.
Jolteon!
The bud, the bud, the bud, the bud! Oh, that's cool how
Just-
like the inside of the eye are just purple. I never noticed that.
It's just a fox who bit a wire. I don't know about like the weird butt wings.
Yeah. Especially because like the rest of it is so smooth.
Yeah, well, jagged still.
Like the rest of
I like how they
the
just
underneath, I mean.
yeah, I like how it's just kind of aesthetically electric. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it is it looks like electric fur.
Hmm. And the white is a nice touch too.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, and I love the purple. That is so rich.
Yeah,
Never noticed that.
it's a good baby.
Yeah. Don't have quite as much to say as Vaporeon. Flareon.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, a lot of stuff kind of carries over.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing, kinda. I love the
Like
big
we can sit here and look at those dainty paws all day. But
and yeah, and you know I would.
I would play with them all the time.
I also
But
I also like the forehead poof.
yeah, they kind of did the same thing with Jolteon. Just like they created hair that has the idea of fire.
Yeah, yeah, and the tail too, especially.
Mm-hmm. We've been at this for 2.5 hours.
Yes, let's get through Gen 1 because I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. Porygon.
Porygon.
I forgot how much this just looks like an object that if you dropped it, it just would fall and never get back up. It's just it. This doesn't look alive to me.
Yeah, I think it's because of the eyes.
Yeah. It's just such an object.
Yeah, yeah, because the eyes just are a texture on it.
I like how it's a normal type because it's like, well, I guess there's nothing else it could be. Well, I mean, I guess it could have been electric.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an interesting concept, but
if these are supposed to be feet, I really like it.
yeah, I mean, I think that they are.
That's great.
I find it interesting that, like, despite how it looks and everything about it, the fact that it's like basically a virtual Pokemon or whatever, it's actually really forgettable to me. Like, I keep on forgetting this thing exists.
Yeah, I think
Because it has no presence. You know what I mean?
First
in,
of
like,
all,
any
it's
media.
almost impossible to get in like every game, and second of all, it's just not very good. So even if you could use it, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah. It's weird.
I think it's a fine design though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even have an idea of what it's supposed to be, but it's cool.
I would guess like a weird bird.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like a duck, but
Yeah.
the legs is what's getting me off.
Well, it has like big stupid polygon feet.
Yeah, but they could go underneath easily.
I mean, this looks very like, this is what you can make with 3D models, a revolutionary technology in 1994.
Right, right. Yeah, Porygon's
And that's kind of what it's going for.
I like the colors especially.
Yeah, it's a nice color scheme. It's very 90s. That's like the color scheme of like a styrofoam in the 90s.
Yeah. Omanite.
Ammonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omastar. Ooh.
Almastar! Holy shit! What happened to you, man? I forgot about. Look at his like tentacles. He's just like who came in here and fucked up my room?
He's pissed. Dude.
Who's gonna clean this shit up?
I love his body. His like body language reads as so angry, but his eyes are so nothing.
Yeah, I know. I like how it looks like its tentacles are holding up its own shell. Like it's too heavy. Like look at its back tentacle. Do you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, he's actually pretty intimidating.
Yeah, it's because of that
spikes and the fucking beak mouth.
It's got kind of like a pincer mouth almost.
Yeah, he's a creepy baby.
Very nasty. Feels like if it got on your hand, it wouldn't let go.
Yeah, no, he looks creepy.
I would not lift him up.
What's like? Is rock water like a good typing? I think it is.
Kabuto has no stats. Oh, here they are. Kabuto, another kind of black mage type.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as a big fan of horseshoe crabs, I feel like they could have. I feel like they could have done more with this kind of creature.
As not a fan of horseshoe crabs, crabs are like the only thing in real life that I am afraid of. I'm terrified of crabs. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yes.
Well, like crabs in general, or just horseshoe crabs?
Crabs in general. I don't like the way they move. I don't like the way they look. I do like that video that was going around of the crabs dancing on the beach. I really like that.
I like horseshoe crabs a lot. I grew up in New Jersey, and
I can understand that. Like they are cool, but to me they're terrifying.
Yeah, like I would occasionally just walk the beach and put their stupid asses back in the fucking ocean because it's literally something you have to do sometime.
Right. Yeah.
They're not they're prehistoric animals and they're not very smart.
They got their here entirely by chance.
Yeah, their brain. That's like the best way to put a horseshoe crab I can think of. It's like they just kind of ended up surviving by accident. But I mean, this is supposed to be a relation of like again, it's very similar to horseshoe crabs.
Yeah.
Because it actually says, like, this Pokemon has not changed at all for 300 million years.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it's very similar to horseshoe crabs. But, and it makes them interesting. And I like how it also has extra eyes on the top of its head. Because that's actually kind of how a lot of these creatures work.
Oh, is that eyes? I thought those were holes.
I believe that those are, well, on a horseshoe crab, they have simple eyes up there and simple eyes in the front. So it's actually like that. Well, they might have more.
Fuck that. Fuck that so bad.
Okay.
I really do not like crabs.
But you must not like spiders.
No, I hate spiders. Kabutops.
But a lot of creatures have different kinds of eyes on different parts of their body.
Yeah,
but Kabutops, yo.
Yeah, Kabutops.
Christ. Kind of feels like a less interesting Scyther, weirdly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I don't have much to say about him.
I think he's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that you're right, Max. There's like not much to say about it. I think he's cool. ... But again, he has kind of that super like this looks like something that Godzilla would fight, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he is kind of like kaiju.
Yeah, like he does have a very kaiju vibe going for him, and I think
if he was bigger than 4 feet.
That's actually kind of funny. I really thought that he was much bigger than that.
I can imagine him at 4 feet tall, just kind of scrambling around, being really fast.
I can imagine him being 4 feet tall and falling on his fucking face.
Is he fast? He's kind of slow, actually.
Holy shit, his attack, though.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be fast.
Yeah, actually.
I think it's because of his head shape.
But he is pretty cool, because it's just like, it is a very unique design. It's not really directly based off anything.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny that, like, we also have a Scyther, though. I think that kind of... I don't know, maybe that, like, comparison kind of, like, casts him in a negative light.
Maybe. Donkey Spittle in chat is saying that there's theories that he's, like, a prehistoric Scyther. Like a past distant relative.
I mean, hey.
Which I could see, because they're both, like, bug with the scythe hands, and they've got, like, the armor thing going on.
Yeah, they stand upright. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
But yeah, no, I think he's pretty cool. I just think that Scyther is a very similar concept done better, and
I
this was in the
agree.
same gen, you know?
Yeah.
Is he bug type or rock type? Yeah,
He's rock water.
okay, cool.
This guy, worst Charizard.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Well, I guess I'm never getting that out of my head now.
he's the same. He's got the circle
very...
body.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Oh, no. He's really similar to Charizard.
Really just worst Charizard.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, my God. I never noticed this, but it's really...
right now.
It's freaking me out because like the top jaw and head and the horns and the eyes and
It's
the
exactly
beak
the same.
It's all just Charizard. The body shape is very Charizard.
Even the long tail with the thing at the end.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh. Wow.
Even the wings, yeah.
Oh my god. What the fuck? I can't even like say anything about him anymore because that like just blew my mind.
He's worse Charizard.
Shit.
How about Mega Aerodactyl?
No.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, let's pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah. Aerodactyl though.
My best friend, Snorlax.
Oh, he's
Totoro.
so good.
Literal Totoro.
It's just Totoro, but he's still really cute.
I just love him so much. He's just hanging.
I like how he's kind of a bear, but he's his own creature.
Yeah, I really like his ears a lot.
Yeah, and he's just like there for like, you know, you full on run up and tackle hug him.
Yes.
He's actually not as big as I thought he would be. Well, again, like we always compare him to the height of 10-year-olds, so.
Right. Yeah, we keep comparing him to the height of us, and it's like, okay, well.
Yeah. But he's a big huggable baby, and I love him.
Yeah, and even still, he's still like a foot taller than us, approximately.
Yeah, like he's pretty big.
Yeah.
He's a big, strong boy.
Thick, fat.
But he's very... But yeah, no, he's like, I always thought his design was very charming. I love how sleepy and sweet he is.
Yeah, he's probably... I mentioned top 3 favorite Gen 1s when I mentioned Lapras. He's probably up there too.
Yeah, no, he's really good. He was one of the Pokemon that I used in Fire Red, though I didn't use him as much as Raichu and Gyarados. Like he was he was actually like almost 10 levels under leveled for the Elite Four, and he still like pulled through.
Yeah, he's pretty tough, isn't he? Look at that.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking wall.
The special defense is a weird thing, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's great.
They need more special walls.
Yeah, that's true. I just... It's perfect.
Yeah, he's just a big, tubby, cuddly baby.
Yeah.
I want a giant, like, body-sized, like, pill.
Yes.
To just collapse in.
Those are $500, so I only got...
Well, maybe not.
So I only got one that was $50 instead, which I hug.
Aw.
Yeah. Articuno.
Okay. Well, here, let me do exclamation point MC so that people can help me fundraise enough to get a Snorlax.
So you can get a $500 Snorlax body pillow.
Yeah, that's not exactly at the top of my list. I need to fucking move. Articuno! I like Articuno.
I think Articuno is my favorite of the 3 birds.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Zapdos,
just so mystical.
Zapdos is a close second.
It's so mystical.
It is. I love the tail. Love the tail.
It's like a swishy, swashy blue aurora borealis in the front of the tail.
That'd be so cool. Oh my god, an animal that has like an aurora borealis tail. Yeah.
Well, they have one that's basically aurora borealis in Sun and Moon, I guess.
Do they? What is it?
Or was it X and Y? It was a dinosaur Pokemon that had like the aurora borealis as kind of its main.
Oh, I know what that looks like. Yeah. I remember that one. I don't remember what it's called. I never played those games.
Neither do I, but we'll find out.
I like Articuno's big beard.
Yeah. I mean, I just think of it as chest fluff, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's a wise old snowy boy.
Yeah, it's really up close to his chin.
I like how the crest is kind of like 3 big old ice crystals.
Yeah.
Makes it look very fierce. It's very powerful and cool looking.
It is very powerful. It's just a really good bird.
Good bird.
Good bird. Love the tail. I can't stress that enough.
I,
It's
was-
so cool.
I really hope that they rebalance ice type and give it more resistances in the future.
Hmm.
Because that's all it needs.
Yeah.
Just give it, like, just switch ground to a resistance and, like, make it resist grass.
Hmm.
That would be fine. There's no reason it doesn't resist those things to begin with.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Zapdos. I like him less than I thought.
He's a fucking explosion.
Yeah.
He is just an explosion, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't like these brown legs.
That's weird, right?
That is
like
weird.
that doesn't blend in at all. It looks like it's a Firo like cosplaying as a Zapdos.
Yeah, especially because of the beak.
Yeah, it's like something else pretending to be a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I liked the black and yellow a lot better on Electabuzz. I'm not liking it here.
I think that the color scheme is okay. I just think that like the way that it's designed, its like body has no flow or rhyme or reason to it. It's like whenever I look at this thing, it's like how would this animate? How would this move? And whenever I see it move, it's like not a satisfactory answer. Because its wings are just so jagged and massive and odd.
Yeah, it's
shaped.
like how would that even like keep him in the air?
And again, it kind of has that like we're talking about with Seadra. It kind of has that like it looks like it clips through itself.
Oh
because
yeah,
otherwise
definitely.
It couldn't. Otherwise, it couldn't move.
Yeah, because its face is so big. Like all of its face feathers, I guess they're supposed to be. Like you can't flap the wings without bumping into each other. That is definitely, yeah. And I think the problem I have with the yellow versus the black is there's not enough black. The places where it is, it feels like there's not enough, so it just feels like weird.
Yeah, no, it's not that good to be honest. But it's better than
it is better than the flaming chicken, the god himself.
I just. All I can say is.
Because here's the problem. This is literally just Rapidash as a bird, but it's so much worse. Like, it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah. Also.
What was
you know what I mean?
Yeah. What did you just play for me?
It's the screaming turkey. I feel like someone lit that on fire and then threw it into the sky. And that's a legendary Pokemon, everybody.
Yeah, it's just awful. I don't think anyone likes Moltres.
Look up naked Moltres. Oh,
I will not do that, Mark.
No, I'm not. That was someone who wrote that. I'm not condoning that at all.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna look that up. I'm not gonna look that up.
Like naked Moltres, and meanwhile, it's just a giant penis.
I mean, given that Pokemon fan base, the bud, dude.
I wanna give a little gentle smooch on its big old nose.
I love Dratini, dude.
Look at how silly.
I love the big dumb. Is that a nose? Is that a little muzzle?
He's a little worm.
I think it's supposed to be like a little muzzle, and I love him.
He looks soft. He looks like he's made out of the same material that my dog's tummy is made of.
Long.
Whoa.
He's big.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Big. He's a large boy. Is he 7.3 pounds despite that length?
Wow.
7.3. That's not 73, guys. That's 7.3.
What's his secret?
What's his secret? Slim fast, dude.
Oh, poor bud. He doesn't deserve it.
You keep on acting like that, but that's like how all first stages are.
I know. I just love him. I love
yeah, no, like
love the colors.
He has such a wonderful, like those dreamy, sweet puppy dog eyes are so good.
Oh my god. And I love the little love the little what even is that? What would I call that?
Dot.
I love Dot.
I love Dot.
I love Dot.
That would be a good name for a Dratini. Also, first of all, I really
You
His
what?
name is Dratini. He's a teeny dragon. That's a great name.
Oh, that is very nice.
Then he becomes so elegant.
I fucking love Dragonair. It's just bigger Dratini with
It's
wing
just
head. With wing head.
with wing head. It's just like, bitch, I'm flawless, and I know it.
And it's got these like crystals all oh my god, it's so cool.
It's
I love
very,
serpents.
very
Serpents
sweet.
are my favorite kind of like creature.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Lapras, just a very pretty, sweet
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. And it's got
And
the same color
I
scheme
love it.
too.
Like I have a soft spot for that kind of color scheme, that kind
Yeah.
of blue sky color scheme. It's very
Yeah.
nice,
And then the white too. Oh, it's so beautiful.
very beautiful. It's a good design.
Yeah. Now, let me say it before you do. I love Dragonite.
I love Dragon.
Okay, good. I thought you were gonna be angry at Dragonite.
No,
Because normally people get angry at Dragonite. I
the,
don't
the
know
trans
why.
the transition makes no fucking sense. But other than that,
It makes no sense, but God, what a gamer! Look at him, he's
what a
waving.
gamer. He's like, hey.
waving.
First of all, I love how this was the first dragon they really made for all intents and purposes.
Right, like dragon type dragon.
And yeah, like this is the first real dragon they made.
Yeah.
And look at how happy and friendly and go lucky he is.
I love
They-
him.
They never did this again.
No, they kind of did with like Grandpa.
I get, yeah. Well, it took
That's
a
what-
long time, I guess.
That's why I like him. That's why I think he's my favorite dragon.
Because like all the other dragons are like Haxorus, Sharpedo, not even Sharpedo, whatever.
Sharpedo is a shark.
No, Garchomp, Garchomp.
Garchomp.
I get them confused because
Okay.
like they're land shark, but like all the other ones are just like edgy boys, and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm Dragonite.
Yeah, what a bud.
I bought you some baked goods."
Yeah, he's just hanging out. He's so round.
He's so round, like he has a big chubby tummy. He's a good
Yeah.
baby.
And
He's Puff the Magic Dragon.
And big fat tail. I love these.
He's a cuddly baby.
don't
He's
know
so
what-
pudgy and lovable.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
no, like
these are,
he's
but I love them.
Gudra. I forgot about Gudra.
Oh,
Gudra's a
Gudra.
dragon.
Gudra's goofy.
Yeah. But I like this Barney the dinosaur ass bitch. I like him.
He's smiling. He's waving. He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
I loved the fight with him in the anime. That was pretty cool.
I don't think I
It
saw
made
that.
him feel like a god.
Oh, well, I mean, kinda.
Yeah, exactly. But like that was cool because like Ash only lost because of that. Like
Oh,
like
wow.
he was a fine, like he beat all the Elite Four, and then that happened.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Dragonite, he's big. I love him, but he doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, no, he's very tough. He is a
Yeah.
dragon at
Like-
the end of the day.
That's what I love. Is like he is goofy, but he does look like he would fuck your shit up in an instant.
Yeah.
Just
He's
so
a tough
he's just
baby.
big. He's 7
Mhm.
feet tall, and 463 pounds.
Gamer.
Big boy, big gamer. Big gamer.
Mewtwo with his neck handle. In case you need to take
Yeah.
him with you on a.
All right, this is a little unfair.
What? Whoa!
That's a little.
Whoa!
That's a little video games.
Bruh. I like how attack isn't even his thing, and he still has like some of the highest attack in the
I
first gen.
know. As far as design, he's pretty good.
Actually, I think he's pretty cool. He's very solid.
He is very solid. He's very alien.
That
Like, he's very
he's
segmented.
he's super like alien in his design. Like he has a very like little gray man. Only well, not that little really. He's a tall gray man vibe.
I like the big
But,
forehead.
Yeah, but he definitely resonates power. He looks very intelligent. This is one of the only cases where having that slight humanoid edge is good because they subvert it a bit.
Mhm.
It's like is he somewhat humanoid? Yes, but
Right.
there's something wrong.
Yeah, he works out
Like,
at the
he's
library
Yeah, he's like what?
because he's got a big brain.
Okay, but but he's kind of unsettling. Like like he was a great choice as a villain in the first movie.
Oh, sure.
And then Smash Bros came out and kind of solidified him as like the bad guy.
Yeah, he goes.
He's a cool dude though. Yeah, no, I like him. He's pretty cool.
I do too. I like his hands.
Yeah, and like I like how he kind of has that like he's kind of reminds me of Frieza
Hmm. Yeah,
in
I
the
guess
sense of
because like the colors are similar.
yeah, like that humanoid alien intimidating warlord kind of vibe. Like he's a very serious,
Hmm.
intimidating Pokemon. He's like as intelligent as humans, but infinitely more powerful.
Yeah, and he's always got that like scowl.
Like he's just a very like he's good for what he is. Like he is
Hmm.
like if there's a villainous Pokemon, this is it.
Yeah,
And
I
of course,
love.
but it's all mankind's fault. And that recurring like he represents that recurring theme of man abusing nature really well.
Right, right,
Like Mewtwo, like Pokemon in terms of its theming and storytelling, it's like all over the fucking place in terms of quality. But
right.
Mewtwo himself and the stuff connected to him is really good.
Hmm. And like pretty consistent too.
Yeah,
What I
he's
find
cool.
interesting is how both angular and round he is all at the same time. Because like he's all balls, but also he's all sticks.
All balls,
Like you know what I
just like
mean?
Doduo. I
Kinda.
don't know.
But like you see what I mean?
He's very solid. Like all of his every part of his design flows into each other really well.
Hmm.
Like he's just segmented enough for me.
Yeah, yeah. He's a great design. Very good.
Mm.
Oh fuck.
Am I breaking up at all, by the way?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. But
This is awful.
yeah.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I would hate to even have an inkling of an idea of what this feels like.
Max.
What?
Don't move your mouse. Do you see at the stats the fact that you are currently seeing a blue?
Let's take a peek.
Let's take a peek.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oof.
The special attack doesn't even go down.
Wow. Poor Bud. Really just did it to him.
Why is he fighting? I don't understand. No,
yeah,
not
yeah,
really.
yeah.
Yeah. Why would you like fucking copy? Like, why would you cut his tail and paste it onto it?
That's a great fucking question. I love Mew so much.
He's a tubby space cat, and I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's cool,
Yeah.
and he looks like simple enough that like that whole evolution theory makes sense.
Right. Because here's the thing, right? Mew is like, it's so nothing, but like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is Mew? It's just like an animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's a creature.
Yeah,
it's like supposed to be nondescript. Its category is literally new species.
Right. It's just so like, it's so sleek.
Yeah, no, it's very stylized. Like it's a very organic being, but it also doesn't really resemble anything that we know of.
Right. Like it's kind of a cat, but not really.
Yeah, it's like if you call it a cat, it's like no, it's not.
Yeah.
It isn't a cat.
Oh, Donkey Spittle in the chat with the big brain knowledge of Mew is the Jesus of Pokemon since Arceus is God. I guess.
I think he's more like the Adam/Eve.
You want to back up these claims?
Well, no, because everything descended from him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Also, its gender is unknown.
Yeah, I thought you meant that in the way of like
No.
some sort of lore where like he betrayed Arceus.
No.
Yeah, Mew is great. I think
Arceus, in the game where Arceus was introduced, didn't he have like literal Pokemon that he created first that were basically his initial quote unquote prodigies that were in charge of different aspects of reality?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Dialga and Palkia.
Okay.
Because
Because
they do time and space.
Yeah.
I think I like Mew more than Mewtwo.
Oh, that's a tough one. I like how Mew doesn't have the GameCube neck handle.
Yeah.
At least I don't think he does. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. You can't tell from this picture.
I don't think he does.
Do you want to Do you want to look up the original sprite from you, or do you want to sleep
Oh,
tonight?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know what it looks like, but for those who don't, Pokemon Blue Mew. Where is he?
No.
The boy, the boy, the boy, the boy, the boy, there he is!
Yeah, so no, that's fine, but that's not the
Oh,
one
wait,
I was
wait, wait, I
talking
picked the
about, Mac.
wrong one. The boy, the boy, the butt, the butt, the butt. He's here, he's queer, get over it. He's hanging out.
It's a detached, like, Nubla oblongata.
He is hanging out. Look at how crooked that tail is. That is a zigzag.
Someone ripped out a brain stem and like threw it in the fucking trash, and then a bunch of other parts stuck to it, and then they pulled it back out. I'm not hungry anymore.
Oh my god. I love him. I love his head lump.
Don't feed him after midnight. Look at his head lump.
Yeah, his head lump. It's very defined. It's got this the butt.
Oh yeah, yes.
I just love him so much.
One of the main characters of our first stream, I would say.
Oh, that's right. We did show him off in the.
You know, he was like Golbat was a highlight of that stream.
Yeah, he was coming around. He was coming in.
But hey, guess what?
What?
That's it.
That's Gen 1.
That's Gen 1. Well,
so we should be done.
Think that's it?
Hey, does anyone want to give bits real quick?
Yeah, do it.
Or no. Or no.
No, do it, bitch. Oh god. No, that was fun.
I felt satisfied with that.
I feel like we learned a lot about each other and Pokemon.
Like what? Do some review for me. Let's go over what we've learned.
I learned that there are people who like Mr. Mime. That was a new experience for me.
Okay.
Well. I learned that Max is a bitter boy.
Okay, well, I mean,
I thought it said that Mew was 7 foot tall, but it's 1, and I was like, yo!
He's gonna chug you across the fucking country, dude.
Drinking his milk. I learned that Max thinks that vaginas have horns. I've learned that the sexual education in our country has failed us.
Listen, I went to art school.
Listen, I went to art school. I've never seen a vagina. All you do is draw vaginas. That's all that art school kids do.
What? I didn't even go for drawing.
I didn't even draw vagina.
I didn't even do it.
Some people describe me as a fetus, and I don't like that.
They're right. That's what it is, right?
Gross.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Raizuki, or sorry, that's not Rai Asuha now. I'm saying Raizuki. For the bips.
Nice. Nice bips, dude.
Nice bips.
That's just a Bloodborne enemy. Yeah, no, Sprite Mew is very...
Sprite Mew...
Like, Sprite Mew looks like something that fell out of a stomach of another monster that you cut open.
Sprite Mew, yes. How about 7-Up Mew?
The fuck is 7-Up
And
Mew?
we're outta